Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man House with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Something special happened today. I got green lights all the way, with no big red sign to stop me, no traffic jam delay. See, I was driving over the moon in my big hot air balloon, floating high into the darkness. I hope I get there soon. There's so many things to do, so many people I need to talk to, and they've all been waiting for me. Well, I gotta make it through. Something special happened today. I got green lights all the way, with no big red sign to stop me, no traffic jam delay. Thank my stars for every green. You have no idea what it means. No. To a man who's always traveling, who's seen the things that I've seen. I don't know what's yet to come. Not sure of anything that I've done really makes that much difference. Well, I hope it has for some. Something special happened today. I got green lights all the way, with no big red sign to stop me, no traffic jam delay. Well, I was driving over the moon in my big hot air balloon, floating high up in the darkness. I promise that I'll make it to you very soon. Something special happened today.
What's going on? It's funny, I had to run upstairs at the last minute and tried to make it back down before the intro was over. That's why I'm breathing a little heavy. I had to make a run for the border. But what's going on, good people? Yeah, I know I'm not nowhere near my normal time. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen today. Kind of had a feeling, but it is what it is, and it's all right. I'm trying to pull up the show so I can watch it on YouTube. Shit. Okay, there we go. There we go. No, we don't need no volume. Laptop over there, everything cool, everything right. All right. Damn, I got some shit in my eye. All right, welcome everybody to the show today. Glad everybody can make it on in. As you can see right there in the title, it's Freestyle Friday. We're going to be talking about a little bit of everything, bouncing all over from various topics. Bouncing all over from various topics. It says salute brother, no, salute Bernard Withers. Yeah, I don't get that one either. Even though you did, hold on, let me see. I think I can figure out what you're talking about. Who did you say? Hold on. Sounds like something Bill Withers would sing. I know who that is, but it's just not clicking. I know who that is. It's just not clicking. Oh man. It's like I was up late. I took my kids to school. I came home. I sat down and dozed off. Because I didn't get hardly no sleep last night. So I dozed right the fuck off right after I brought my kids back from school. Took a little nap. That's why I still feel like I got the just woke up face on. Yeah, I can't even shake it off. But what's going on, good people? I got my coffee. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on, because speaking of taking kids to school, I gotta pick kids up, so I gotta be out of here about 2:30. So I'll be on for a little bit. I see 47 people in the building. I only see 12 likes. Let's get the likes up. Let everybody know you're in here. Jessica came through with the first comment today, and she says, Bernie. I don't know why. I can't remember how she pronounces my name. I feel like she says, does she say Bernard? Does she say it like that? Bernard? I can't remember how she pronounced it. I know it's not I know she don't pronounce it regular. I know that. Oh man. Ty City in the building. What's going on? Kill dudes. You're not tired from last night's show? A little bit. Melody in the building. What's going on, Melody? Kenny Conjo in the building. Kenny Conjo says, TJF, Bernard Riley, and everybody, morning greetings. Says Bernard. Titan TV says, Bernard, what's up? Melody says, like on the way in. Y'all definitely be sure to do that, as I just reminded. Jerome D in the building. Aaron B, what's going on? Something special happened today. Love that song. Old nigga music. I'm sure everybody over here is already subscribed to my other channel. I'm sure everybody has already done that. Especially everybody who make it in bright and early. I'm sure y'all have subscribed. Thanks again, Silent, for the super chat. I should look up on the air who that is and play. I'm assuming. Hold on. No, I'm not gonna do that. I already get a little strike every day when I play the intro. But it is Freestyle Friday. It's a lot of different things on the table we could talk about. It's been I can't even call it semi-controversy. It's been full-blown controversy over a certain ordeal with a certain person who I was familiar with but didn't know that much about. That's crazy. We end up talking about sports whenever I do a Freestyle Friday, so that's on the table too. LeBron about to get his 4th ring tonight, should be 5th, but he choked against Dallas. A lot of different things on the table we can discuss. When I normally do a Freestyle Friday, I normally drop the link fairly early. We do a Freestyle Friday show. Anybody can come up, bring up anything. I could throw out any topic from the chat. Prefer you super chat it, that way I could see it. But if you don't super chat it and you just drop it in the chat, if I see it, then we'll chop it up about it. But the link in the chat, if anybody want to come up, like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be on today, but I didn't want to just not come on because I'm trying to make sure I stay fairly consistent. I don't want to get to doing a every other day kind of deal. I don't want to do an every other day kind of deal. I want to make sure I'm coming on every day as much as possible. I want to make sure I'm coming on every day. I'm about to get the conversation started with something that's I gotta send myself an email. So, oh shit, I don't know if I want to do this. I gotta email an image to myself because it's some weird stuff going on Instagram. Something that chicks are doing on Instagram. Yes, your favorite Instagram models. See, we be on fuckery when I do these Freestyle Friday shows. And you're about to see exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all about to see exactly what I mean. Well, let me see. Arranged marriage. I think they was talking about that on Ramil. It was de facto arranged marriages in this country, damn near. Not too long ago. In the 50s, I do think it was not full-blown arranged marriages, but de facto arranged marriages, meaning the dad, the family, had to approve the person. Once the person came in and they met they met that person, and then, the family approved. They came over for dinner. They sat down. They had the "what's your intentions with my daughter" conversation and all of that. And seeing as the daughter, was still a virgin, hopefully, in many cases back then. And seeing as most guys weren't able to just go get random pussy, yeah, marriage was access to pussy. And that made it to where, and it was different times back then. You could graduate high school and then just go over to the local factory or to the plant or somewhere and just work and make enough money to pay all the bills for a house. So yeah, it was like, hey, I'm 17, 18, just graduated high school. I got a job. I'm a man now. I can afford to pay bills. And I want your virgin daughter's vagina. Those are my intentions. And I'll marry her to get it. The dad approved. If he didn't approve, then boy had to get on his way. If he wasn't upright, put it like this. Let's just say if he wasn't an upright guy and he showed up and he wanted the virgin daughter's vagina, he didn't get it. Shit. Hold on. He did not get it. He wasn't upright enough. But if he was, he got approved, and then he got it. And he won. And he got to marry her, and seeing as it was the 50s and she didn't have all that much job opportunities, she was in a position where she more or less, she more or less, I won't say had to submit, but she kind of, was in a situation where that was the best deal to get on board with a man, because life without a man was extremely difficult back then. And that reminds me of a conversation that I heard recently in this space. Someone was talking about how, and I've heard this all the time, how in a lot of the Muslim countries, the women are submissive. They're protected. They're this, they're that, but the men, they earn it back then. They got to earn it. They earn it. That's what I kept hearing people say. And I was like, are they really earning it? Or is it the case that if you're in a country where, yes, men make the laws, but they make the laws to empower men. I always say it's hard to even argue a patriarchy in this country. If, yes, men are empowered, they're making the laws, but most of the laws they make are laws that empower women to be able to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it. And a safety net if they fuck up. And if they make the wrong choices, they got safety nets for it. So it's a de facto, the country overall as a whole, in my opinion, is a de facto matriarchy where women can do what they want to do. But when we're talking about those Muslim countries and whether or not those men actually earn it, they earn, whether or not they earn that submission, no, they take it by force. Because the men who are in power, they make the laws to empower men, and men essentially become judge, jury, and executioner in their own house, and the woman has no options. If she leaves that husband, if it's damn near de facto off with her head, are they earning submission or are they taking it by force? You know, that's typically what arranged marriages look like in countries where there's arranged marriages. Okay, it's an arranged marriage. What's the alternative for the woman? To just be a lost woman walking the streets, ending up prostituting? So in order for arranged marriages to work, you have to essentially take away women's rights. And then once you take away women's rights, eventually what's going to happen is another version of what we had, even though women didn't have, rights. Well, what's going to end up happening is another version of what we had: bras burning in the street, an uprising. Is going to be more, feminism and all of that running amok. And that's why arranged marriages will never work in a free country like this. It will never work. At best, we could circle back to something like guided marriages. Guided marriages. Is Obsidian in the chat? Ty City just said, just let Obsidian up. I think Obsidian is live on Mixler right now. What do you mean just let Obsidian up already? Obsidian is not in the chat. I don't know what you're talking about, Ty City. Are you just talking shit? Ty City, don't make me time out yo. I don't even know if your Ty City garage got a wrench. Time your ass out. Or I can't find you. Ty City say some more shit about Obsidian. Time, get his ass out of here. Time him out if he say something else about Obsidian. Talking about get Obsidian up there, and Obsidian ain't even in the chat. Yeah, time his ass out. I want to see who's gonna do it. Obsidian ain't even here, man. You full of shit. Oh shit. Goddamn threw me off. Made me forget everything I was about to say. Made me miss a super chat. Happy Friday, Shazam, bitches, Shazam. The Mac the Trucker in the building. What's going on? Salute to you. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Damn, Tri City, you fucked me all the way up. Fucked me all the way up. Let me pull up what I was about to say. Good question. Good topic, Jessica. Good topic, Jessica. That's a good discussion. That's a good discussion piece right there. So way to go. Way to go. You get an A for the day. You get an A for the day. Now, I would rather pull this up on Instagram. Because Instagram, y'all know. Hold on. Give me one quick second. Give me one. Oh shit! It ain't up here. That is some bull. That is some bull. All right, I'm getting close to saying fuck it because I ain't about to have too much damn dead air. So I might just have to say fuck it on that. Well, not completely fuck it because I can just go to my email and do it the other way. But I did want to show y'all what I actually saw on Instagram. There's some weird shit going on that women are doing. I want to know, have y'all seen this shit? Gotta know, have y'all seen this shit? And the screen share is coming. Give me a minute. I'm sorry for the dead air. Sorry for the dead air, but no, I got to. Not there, not there, not there. Right there. All right. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Let me get this out the way. See, now right there, it looks like a normal picture. Now, yeah, probably already can see exactly what I'm highlighting here. What the fuck is that? I want to see if y'all got the same opinion that I got when I look at that shit. I'm seeing a lot of chicks on Instagram doing this. No. No. That is beyond normal. I don't buy that as just a fat pussy camel toe. That ain't even the worst rendition of it. That they thank you, whoever said that. They have the fake camel toe draws. Thank you. What the fuck is that? They be doing that shit and be looking like they got the goddamn, like they got a donkey toe, rhino toe. And be looking like they got dick and balls like that. First time I saw them doing that shit, I was like, that looked like a tranny trying to hide something. But that shit pick up quarters. Man, when I see that, like that's like I ain't going, man. When I gotta use Thai City term, I ain't going on that shit. I'm sorry. That's yeah. Some people got it right. When I be seeing that shit, it's a lot of I actually saw the underwear that they wear, where it's like a little poofy little thing down there, but a lot of them do it. A lot of them do that shit, and it's like it look like you hiding a dick. That nigga going down to get that dick in his mouth. Tyranno toe. Told y'all it's Freestyle Friday. We on some fuckery, but hoes with the package. Hey, I'm glad y'all with me, man. Cause I wanted to find it on Instagram. I couldn't find it, but when I saw it the first time I saw it, I took a screenshotted it. But I'm glad y'all with me because niggas in the comment section was like, "Ooh, look at that fat pussy! Look at it! They going crazy over a supposed fat pussy." But I'm looking at that like, nah, that you ain't supposed to. Your pussy ain't you ain't supposed to have an Audi pussy. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it's supposed to work. Thank you, Melody. Sister George, like, yeah, I don't like them. Fuck yeah. They're called Simpanard. IG is full of them. It's like they just can't look. I look. You can't just look at your favorite grand model and just acknowledge that. Hold on, we ain't going. We ain't. No, this ain't. That's not how this works here. We got to call a flag on the play. It's like them Negroes would not call a flag on the play for nothing. With them Instagram models. They could literally stash a dick on them, tuck it in with the balls protruding out, and niggas still gonna be in the comment section getting excited. I hate it to almost hate it to bring this to the table here. I started not to do it. Oh shit, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Stand by. Stand down and stand by. It's about to get worse because I did find the gram page. But I didn't find that picture on the page. But this might be worse what we're looking at here. Hold on. Stand down and stand by. Wait, no, I think I got it up. All right. Yeah, I do see that, right? Hold on, let me get the So what y'all doing? Y'all in there hitting y'all double tapping, hitting the like button, going in the comment section, complimenting the fat pussy. Judge Zilla said they make athletic cups for women. So are y'all going or not? Because I ain't going. Now them niggas in the comment section going. They are on board. How do I see the comments? Oh damn! I think this is a. Hold on. Hold on. The niggas in the comment sections, they say they going. He got the hands up praising the Lord with an OMG. They dropping fire emojis. This nigga just dropped a damn money bag. He willing to pay for that. I mean that protruding outie vagina. I thought that said platinum right there. Okay, nope, that's not platinum. Damn, it's fat. Yeah, fat dick. And a chick with a, nice body, she don't got to do the most like that. I don't think she got her print in her. I don't think she's doing. I don't know. She got multiple pages, and there's more pictures like that. But oh fuck. On her main page, which I don't follow her. I ran into it, and now I can't exactly find. I can't exactly find the main page. Somebody said that's definitely platinum. They doing too damn much, man. All right, I'm glad y'all with me. I actually thought it was a possibility. Y'all don't. I actually thought it was a possibility that I was gonna show this shit, and then you Negroes were gonna be like, "No, man, that's a fat pussy." I actually, I actually thought it was a possibility that y'all wasn't gonna be with me. And I was ready to delete my account if y'all wasn't with me. I'm sorry. I had to show that shit. I had to get on that. I had to go on and get on that fuckery, man. Cause it's a lot of them doing that shit, and it's like now, and it's turning into like a competition. Cause obviously the insanely fat ass is a thing now, and insanely big titties is a thing. They got to showcase the ass and titties. Now it's turning into a whole thing of, okay, who got the fattest pussy now? Now they gotta they got to pull up on their leggings and make the pussy print show. But then after a while, that wasn't enough. Now they got to go and get the underwear with the little pussy pad down. A little, a little, a little pussy pad tucked into the underwear. They got to get that, and then once they do that, it's to a point now where, okay, now the trannies are like, oh shit, we in the game now. they try, they trying to have Prince down there in the panties. We've been killing that game. Now it's like you're doing too goddamn much. Brendan Hale said, "This is why I smash single mothers." At least I know she's a woman. Oh shit, man! They showing the fuck out, man. How you gonna have a fat pussy contest with no fupas? Man, they are showing out on the gram, man. I can't even deal with that shit, man. You got to be niggas should be unfollowing their favorite Instagram model at this point. Once she do that shit, is a wrap. Okay, so let's get back to talking about arranged marriages. Oh shit. I got thrown off. I had to throw that. She said, Bernard, Judge List says, Bernard Riley, she is going to have to pass the Crocodile Dundee test. What is that? I don't know what the Crocodile Dundee test is. You got to clarify. The Ray Finkel test. They starting to get their Ray Finkel on, bruh. YouTube auto switch to your channel at the exact moment you said little pussy pad in their underwear, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Counselor Murray in the building. He says IG is just an upper class escort site, and the broke simps really think they have a chance. LOL. I will never listen, I'm not gonna lie about that. I like looking at sexy women, you know. Like when I would be at work, you know, on some downtime, you know, you're bored, just looking at some sexy women, just scrolling down on your phone, just makes the day go by faster. I like looking at sexy women. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The shit gets wrong when we start when the dudes who like every picture, commenting every picture, saying stuff in the comment section, trying to get the attention of the Instagram model, that's where y'all just get weird. I'm like, what's going on in the psyche of this dude? Like, I mean, are you even doing okay when it comes to just regular average chicks? So you telling me this chick that got 100,000, 150,000 to 1 million subs or followers on the gram be having celebrities in her inbox? You just gonna sit there and just go that ham in the chat trying to get her attention, DMing her. They be sending Instagram models shit. Be sending them shit. Or be paying for something. Like if they wore some stockings, you know, like that's part of the game. Like they get paid to they send their stockings in their underwear that they wore. The shit they had on in the picture, they mail that shit off to subscribers or followers. $100 a pair of worn panties. Potentially worn panties. Well, it's kind of a weird thing. They might as well sell them, because one thing that you don't average into the equation with the Instagram models, they once they wear a pair of panties or anything, they really can't wear it twice. You notice that? That's one area where I give them some credit, even though they got simps buying all they shit. But they posting pictures every day. They can't wear nothing twice, especially if it's something sexy and hugging the pussy. They can't wear the same panties twice. So they do have to keep a hell of a wardrobe. So they got business expenses. Let's not get that twisted. They got business expenses in they whole pussy selling advertising game. They be flying bussy out. Yeah, that was that. Now that was a bussy. They be trying to say. They be cracking jokes, you know. And by the way, shout out to I think it was Fantastic that said this whole just casually, passively calling dudes gay. You know, okay, that shit got to stop. All right, we know what it actually looked like when somebody in this space actually come out. So we got to stop passively saying that people are gay. We do got to cut that shit out. But when we be calling, somebody said, "What's a pussy?" Boy pussy. When we be just be casually doing that, it's like, no, we got to not casually do that no more. One, we just saw somebody come out, which was crazy, which was fucking crazy. Two, We just saw an actual image of a real actual boy pussy. That was a boy pussy. He was following some chick called Uchimba or something. They showed her on here before. I know who Uchimba. I follow Uchimba. I don't be in her comment section. I don't be in that DM. And I don't be double tapping liking on every picture. But I do like to look at her ass and titties. She bad as hell. She bad as hell. And the show when me and Kuda was rating women, we had Uchimba on here. Well, we didn't have her on here. We you know what I mean. We pulled up her gram. She bad as hell. But what is exactly are you talking about though? Who was he was following some chick named Uchimba or something? I don't know what you're talking about there. Oh, you was talking about me? Oh, what's the big deal with that? I thought you was referring to something scandalous. And follow some chick named Uchimba. It's a big deal. I like to look at ass and titties. Now the second that she whip out a bussy like that, the second she whip out a bussy like the chick we was just looking at, then it's over. It's over between me and her. But no, them gram chicks be wildin'. Them gram chicks be wildin'. It's Freestyle Friday. Yeah, I kind of what last time I did Freestyle Friday, I was getting topics galore thrown out from the chat and a panel. Y'all being kind of whack today. You said I bet somebody I would smash Kamala. Somebody was on here before that said that his friend, I don't know if they said in college. I don't know. He knows somebody who did smash Kamala. This was back at, she went to a HBCU. So yeah, one of his homeboys hit it and asked him how was the pussy. He said he never got word back on that. But so we don't know. But yeah, somebody did hit it. I have no interest in it right now at this point, but I'd imagine that she was nice looking back in her day. I'd imagine that. Salute Mr. Riley. This shit right here is insane. Yes, it is. If you drop the Allen, you should drop the Allen and just go with Mr. Marcus. Thank you for the super chat, though. Said HBCUs are freak central. I'd imagine. I would imagine that's the case. What would a Kamala presidency look like? I honestly think it would just look like just a regular Democrat presidency. Not that much different, We talked about on the show before last how Barack did actually smuggle in a lot of little shit that helped black people. So I would imagine it would look like a regular Democratic presidency where she smuggle in a lot of little shit to help women. I really don't think, much like Barack, it'll be more symbolic than anything. I don't think she's gonna do nothing outstanding, even though I do think it will be more fashionable for a woman to put forth initiatives where it's clear what she was doing and call it the Woman Advancement for Women Initiative for Women. Barack couldn't do that. He couldn't just call it the Blackity Black We Black Y'all Initiative. So that's a different, that's sort of a different thing. Barack couldn't do that. He just had to, govern how he was governing and outcomes. Some of the things that he did help black people. I talked about how, saving the automotive industry, the black unemployment rate went down. More black people was able to afford health insurance. He did some stuff for the pool. I had to pull out the all the links that Black Torch sent me. He did do some stuff for the Pookies and whatnot. He did do some reform. He did some things. He did more things than we realized. It just wasn't called the blackity black we black y'all agenda, because he couldn't look like he was the black president riding in on a black horse to paint the White House black and only governing for black people. So he kind of, the things that he did, I think he just had to do it a little more covert, sort of like how white supremacists do. So there's that. What up with the Incredible Hawk, Mark Buffalo, campaigning for Kamala and the black women? What a sissy. I don't know too much about that. I don't know too much about that. Give me a second. Give me a quick second. That was Mission Impossible music. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, and the reason I'm not surprised by that is because in Hollywood, they are all extremely liberal. Jordan Peterson laid something out. Well, I don't think it was his research. He said that he was explaining how it's something irrational about liberals, and he was explaining how a conservative-minded person will never stop everything that they're doing. A conservative-minded person wouldn't just move to LA and live with 6 roommates and from 18 to 28, going to casting calls while waiting tables or washing dishes to try to make it in Hollywood. Because the odds of making it in Hollywood, even when you're doing that, the odds of making it is still like less than 1%. A conservative-minded person will not do that. A conservative-minded person will say, okay, it's a less than 1% chance I'll make it in Hollywood, but if I try to be an engineer, there's at least a 50 to 75% chance I can succeed at that. I'm going to try to be an engineer. So that's why Hollywood is full of liberal-minded people. So it's no surprise that liberals are the Hollywood. It's no surprise that you're going to get people like The Rock. You're going to get people like, I mean, I don't even got to name names. It's easier to just name who in Hollywood is conservative. You count on one hand. That's why Republicans never have celebrity endorsements until Kanye crazy ass wanted to jump up and endorse Trump. They'll get something like that, but Kanye is doing that with his own motive and agenda behind it, because his agenda is Kanye. I'm coming out with an album. Let me support Trump. I'm coming out with another album. Let me do this. I'm coming out with another album. Let me do this. That's what that was about, in my opinion. But so I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not shocked at all. All those Hollywood people, all those entertainers, they're all, well, majority extremely liberal folks. That's just something that's baked into the cake, to the point to where those that aren't, they shut the fuck up, because they don't want to end up doing something or saying something that's going to cost them potential jobs down the road. So that's a thing as well. Topic: camel toes. How big is too big? The one we just saw. We could just start there and work our way down. We can start there and work our way down. That shit was ridiculous. That shit was in motherfucking sane. Mark Ruffalo. Caping. I thought you meant campaigning. Same thing. What did you say before? Buffalo? Mark Ruffalo? I think I said Buffalo. Yeah, I said Buffalo. I couldn't remember if his name was Ruffalo or Buffalo. I couldn't remember. There's somebody somewhere with the last name Buffalo. But either way, we got it. It's, but I think I explained that. It's no big deal. That's typical liberal nonsense. That's typically how they roll. We saw it on the Breakfast Club when Charlemagne the God had a chance to talk to Vice President. Former Vice President had a chance to talk to him. Former Vice President who's running for president. What did he do? What did Charlemagne the God put forth? This was before Kamala was even nominated. He said, "Hey, we want a female vice president." Like that list. I'm sorry, a black female vice president. Like, think about that. What throughout the whole illustrious history of American politics, all the white male presidents, all the white male vice presidents, I can't recall white men ever making a big push for, hey, we need a white female vice president. I do believe if we ever got a Hispanic president or a Hispanic male vice president, I really don't see Hispanic men making a push saying, now we need a Hispanic woman in there. You like, do you see how that work? How the whole thought process on that is? It's just like a weird thing. It says Charlemagne is super progressive. So in other words, you're saying he's a woke progressive. If you didn't get that reference, you have not been following along in these black YouTube streets. Death Race 2, selecting her was horrible for Biden campaign. It's like their tone deaf. Yep. A Bernie or Warren vice president would have if he just would have, if he would have got Bernie, he definitely would have got a boost. Because there's some people that's just not even motivated to go get to the polls, to get their booties to the polls, because they like Bernie so much and they mad that he lost. Now, I thought Obama made a similar mistake, because I was like, Obama should have got Hillary. Like, that's always a good tactic. Get the person you beat. When you're a Democrat, the other Democrat that you beat, that you went down to the wire with, get them on your team. That way you haven't alienated anybody. That way you got the Democratic base right there in your back pocket, nice and strong. I thought that would have been the move. But Obama won despite not doing that. However, Biden, who already wasn't blowing people away, if he would have got Bernie, I think that would have been cool. But then we would have, if Biden would have won with Bernie on the ticket, then we would have had one half dead guy running with another guy. Would have been which next 4 years, which one is going to die first? That would have been the situation. If Biden dies, Bernie's going to get to be president. Okay, Biden died. Bernie's president. Oh shit, Bernie just died. That it would have been like that. So in that case, what big difference would it make? Not true, Bernard. Hillary, they were backing her over Barack in the primaries when she went up against Barack. Who was backing her? The American people? Who you talking about? I was saying it would have been a good idea for them to get for Barack to just go ahead and get Hillary because she did have a strong base that could have potentially, you know, that could be viewed that he may have alienated a potentially really, you know, strong base. Doom, 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 doom. Infantry Skills says, Bernard Riley, sup, bro? Thanks for elevating the conversation with the manosphere. These clowns were worrying about chick far too much. I don't know. I talk about women. I don't know. You type that a lot saying I'm elevating the conversation in this space. I mean, you almost spam my chat with it every day. It's getting weird, man. You're a spammer, but I acknowledged it this time. I want to see if it makes you not type that over and over and over again. Oh shit. What else on that? Biden picked a blackish female VP to get black men back in line. They see black men starting to step away from the Dems. Yeah, I don't know what the Democrats are going to do because getting a black female, I don't think is going to work, especially a blackish female with her record. Now, if he would have, it would have never worked. It would have never happened. But if he would have got, let's just say, Michelle Obama, there's a segment of black men who would have infantry skills, man. You got to stop doing that shit. Look, you type that right there. I scroll down 5 posts later, and it's the same thing again. You got to stop spamming chat rooms. Like, dude, like that is a crazy Tourette's type of thing to do. Stop spamming. Like, damn. Shit. What was the question on the table before I got distracted? Because what was I talking about? Yeah, you got a spamming addiction. The Tism sphere? Man, y'all was clowning in Game Changers chat. I was listening in the clouds. Yeah, I had to listen in the clouds on that when y'all was like this. Y'all called it y'all was calling it the Billy Porter sphere. Oh man, it was y'all was clowning. Like y'all was legit clowning in the chat. We 1 hour in. We 1 hour in. I can be liable to wrap it up and make it short. Tomorrow. I'm glad silent right there. Hey, 12 noon tomorrow. Does that time work for you, Silent? The Hunty sphere. 12 noon tomorrow, one-on-one with Silent. He about to tell his life story. Spilling all the tea. Let me know what that 12 noon work for you, because I couldn't even find your email, so I'm glad I caught you right here. Let me know. Let me know. All right, we do got somebody joining the panel. Enemy Nation in the building.
Hey, what's up, Bernard?
What's going on? What's going on? Why you
Hey,
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
you want to hear something interesting?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, I asked my wife. She watched the debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, and I asked her what she thought about it, who won, etc. She said that she felt like Kamala won, you know, and she's a conservative. So I asked her. I said, "Well, why do you think she won?" And she doesn't follow politics as closely as I do. So she just said, based on face value, because I mean she's voting for Trump. So let's get that out the way. But on face value, she just said that Kamala kept Mike Pence in his place, and he was trying to talk over her, and she wouldn't let him bully her. So, what are your thoughts on the average black woman kind of rallying behind a sort of strong black woman that ain't gonna take no shit?
It could lend more to more. It could make more black women be more emboldened to have their strong black woman attitude or persona, and I think that whole type of attitude and persona, it leaks its way over into relationships, and that's part of the reason to factor into the equation why black relationships are not don't work. Not the only reason, but a factor into the equation. Definitely a factor into the equation. So yeah, that could be a definite side effect, or I don't even know if to call it a side effect of that. But I don't necessarily view her as just this strong black woman. I mean, I barely view her as black, but she's getting a honorary black card, so I think black women will claim it as a one in the win column for them. So I guess that I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely leaks over to relationships. I had to straighten my wife's ass out last night after we had that conversation, because I could see that, you know, um, that type of attitude that women, especially black women, they feel oppression when there's actually none. And so they feel the need to always snap back. And so I had to, tell my wife last night, hey, look, we have different upbringings, but that's something that you're going to have to check yourself internally and do a little self-reflection uh, to realize how watching Real Housewives of Atlanta can affect your attitude and how you treat your husband. So
you had to check her. You had to check her on that one, huh?
Yeah, I had to check her, man. She knows she married an alpha male.
How long do she stay checked after you check her?
Well, she stays checked for about a week.
And
then I have to go about a month just kind of overlooking it. I had to check her once a month. I don't check her like a dominant. I'm dominant and you listen to me. It's just more of an intellectual check than anything. And that's just marriage, man. You always gotta keep your finger on the pulse of your marriage, and uh, it wasn't a hard check. It was just sort of like a soft check, and she she didn't apologize because there was nothing to apologize for, but then she did acknowledge that some of her attitude, uh, just from the conditioning, uh, of media, can create that. That's through social media as well as the mainstream media, Netflix, Hulu, and all that stuff. These shows that come on, they already have an agenda. So
Hold on, real quick. Silent. Did we agree to 12 noon tomorrow, man? You gotta answer me in the chat or send a no. Answer me in the chat while you're right there. Well, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just was trying to catch him right now. Answer me. I need to get a time pinned down, Silent. Or if something come up and you can't make it, let me know. I wanna know for sure. Gotta know for sure. Need the time. But Hood Conservative in the building. What's going on? All right, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Well, I had to cut you off trying to catch Silent.
shout out to Silent and Hood Conservative. What's up, man? Is he joining the conversation?
I don't know. Link in the chat. Anybody can come on up and join it. Whoever wanna hop on in here. Well, yeah, you can go ahead and finish your point that I cut you off on, if you remember where you was at.
It's all good. I mean, it was just odd to me because I know that she's a Trump supporter, and she leans right. You know what I mean? And so, and this is not by her own. I would say her own doing. We had a big fallout in 2016. I didn't even vote, but she voted for Hillary because I said I was going to vote for Trump.
Oh, so she wasn't a Trump supporter back then?
No, I kind of had to show her what was really going on in politics, and she made the conscious decision to see it. And then in 2018, voted Republican down the board because she had to see the identity politics and all that stuff. But you actually, as a man, you actually have to at least show your woman the other side, and of course, make her give her the choice. But I gave her the choice after that. But we were engaged at the time, and we almost broke off our engagement based on me voting for Trump.
Damn.
Yeah, we almost didn't get married behind that shit. But I didn't vote. I didn't think Trump was going to win in 2016, to be honest with you.
I didn't think so either. I mean, I wasn't conservative back then either way. I wasn't, voting Republican wasn't even on my radar as a thing to do. I thought it was a big ass joke that Donald Trump was even running, and I'm still no big fan of him. But I do think black people do need to make a statement. Particularly black men need to make a statement when it comes to them damn Democrats. It's so that's why I'm like, let's just go ahead and vote Republican. I don't even want to say that don't vote for either Democrat or Republican, because that just turn into some stay home shit. You can't look indifferent. You have to show up to the polls and vote for somebody. Otherwise, you just look indifferent, and they have no reason to.
They just fence sitters like Boyce Watkins, and I just
hold on. What's Boyce Watkins? What's his position? What do you mean by fence sitter? What do you mean by that?
Well, saying, well, I'm not going to vote Democrat because we know that they some shit, but I'm not going to vote for Trump. And I'm like, look, Trump is not.
Who did he say he was voting for?
He said he was going to vote for Claude Anderson.
Okay, long as
but Claude Anderson has no chance of winning, so you're just wasting your vote. You might as well stay home.
Well, put it like this. Hold on, it's nothing wrong with making a vote for somebody you don't got a chance at winning if everybody in a particular group get on board and rally the troops and say, hey, let's all go vote for this particular guy. So that way we're demonstrating that, we're participating in the process. We're voting, just neither one of you are earning the vote. But what end up happening the danger with that, with somebody who got a voice and a big audience saying, I'm not voting for either one of them, I'm about to just go vote Green Party or some shit that I know ain't going to win. What end up happening with that is basically it's going to inspire other people to just basically stay home. And when black people stay home and don't vote, then it's just like, it's a nobody has any reason to even consider us or what we want or what we need or what we're talking about, because it turned into a situation where it's like, hey, you niggas ain't voting either way, so y'all can be ignored.
Yeah, but there's, I agree entirely with what you're saying. You know, the thing that I have with voting a write-in voter, you just say, well, look, I want to vote for this person, even though they're not on the ticket. I'm just going to write their name in. Is yeah, that's who you're going to vote for. But the fence sitting thing that I have a problem with is if you get people that cannot win the presidency, then you have really diluted your own voice. If 90% of us, and when I say us, I mean black people, vote Democrat this year, and Joe Biden does not win, we've just voted against our interests. But if they say 50% of us vote for Joe Biden this year, and 50% vote for Trump, it's a win-win. And this is what you see white people do, and this is what they've been doing, because you can't ignore 50%. You can ignore 6-7%, but you can't ignore 50%. So either way, you are getting you're getting your voice heard, and this is what Hispanics have started to do. This is what whites have always done. This is what Asians do. So we as a people continuously put all our eggs in one basket, and if our candidate doesn't win, we just ass out until we get a candidate that does win. So I don't, I'm like with you. I'm not going to tell anybody to vote Democrat or Republic, but I'm saying be smart about it. Don't put all of our eggs in one basket.
Well, no, I don't think nothing wrong with telling black men to go ahead and vote Republican, but by doing that, it's still going to end up being 30 to 40%. And if 30 to 40% of black men vote Republican, then that does accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish,
Yeah,
because
that's enough.
yeah, that
30,
will
30, 40%, that's enough. Even 25% is enough, because it shocks the Democrats,
Oh no, they're
because
going
they
to be
so used
shocked.
to. They're
They're
gonna be
going to be
shocked.
shocked. Yeah, I agree with
And
that.
it also incentivizes the Republicans to say, hey, yo, if we can keep this, we'll always win. So we need to cater to the black vote. We need to take them serious. Plus, I don't mind coming back home to the original part of the original party that was created to actually enfranchise uh, black people. Let me get this phone, man. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. The Mac the Trucker, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. He says, fellas, just alpha your woman to the poll to vote. Um, Actually, oddly enough, my woman, who's very politically aware and knowledgeable and all of that, she did just say to me one day, so who we voting for? She said, who are we voting for? I was like on some, I just get to pick who she's voting for. But that's just naturally how she is. I'm not even going to say I'm just so alpha that she just follow. I alpha her to the bar. I tell her what to do. No, I ain't even saying that. That's just naturally who she is. If she with you, she's with a man. She's going to follow that man. She's going to do that. That's her nature. If she's with you, she's behind you. That's just who she is. That's how she roll. And so yeah. So she is. So she's voting. She's voting the way that I'm voting. But I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like I just did some magical shit. I'm just so alpha that no. I mean, I the only magical thing I did is I got with a pretty solid chick. This is Bernard Rally. That is the best, most cogent argument I have heard for splitting the vote between Dem and Republican. Kudos to at Black Era. At Black Era. Who just you mean Enemy Lines? Or did somebody in the chat make that argument? I thought Enemy Lines just made that argument. SKC in the building. Busted wide open for the can't make statements like that. No, David Monroe. I didn't even have to pull out didn't even have to put powder up the pimp hand and no, I ain't have to do that. I ain't have to do that.
Hey, yo, I'm back, man. Hey, I'm back, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I can hear you. So damn, that must have been a pretty. I don't know. I feel like it just had to be some intense debate going on, because like you converted her while you were with her, converted her from I'm assuming a hardcore Hillary supporting, pussy hat wearing a black woman to voting for Trump now. Like explain that process. Like, was it just like some intense political debates going on?
Yeah, it was intense. The main issue was that I think he was a racist, and I don't think the sexist thing came to play. But what I had to do was actually show her about the subversion that has happened in this country over the last 100 years. And once she got it, it literally scared the shit out of her. So she was like, "Yeah, we have to vote red," because like I said on the other day on the show, you basically have a subversive party in the Democrat Party that's trying to institute direct votes for their elections, and that leads to totalitarianism.
Totalitarianism.
Right. And so democracies tend to turn into that. And you got to do it gradually, because if you do it too quickly, especially in a republic structure, you'll get an immediate civil war. And this is why we had the civil war in the beginning, because the Democrats just, quite frankly, do not see the U.S. Constitution as legitimate. That's why when any Republican president gets into the office, they don't respect them. You see the respect of the presidential office kind of leave. And so Trump put a spotlight on it, and he's actually not. He's in the Republican Party, which is different from the Reform Party that he's in. So he comes from the Reform Party, and he ran on a populist platform. And so a lot of people, especially black people, they think that the party's flipped and all this and that. And so just to show her how rotten the system is, man, we have to understand that we are at a state of war with other countries that have planted certain ideologies in our country, and these ideologies in themselves are self-destructing. So you don't have to actually have a hot war. You can just plant an idea in someone's head. It's just like planting a kid. If a kid goes to school every day and their teacher tells them that their parents are oppressors, then it's not going to take long before that parent will be asleep in the bed, and that kid will cut that child will cut his parent's throat. That's brainwashing. And so what you see is that you see black women think that black men are oppressors. This is what the Black Lives Matter manifesto actually tells you, that black men are part of the patriarchy and part of the oppressive system. And so that's why you always see these black women in head of these groups, or these effeminate black males. They can't deal with they even laugh at Martin Luther King. They don't like to mention him. They say that the women was behind that. They don't mention Martin Luther King when they're talking about Black Lives Matter, unless, not in a positive way. So what you have is this this brainwashed ideology that has been taught in the universities, that's been shown on the TV and movies, and it's just subliminal. I'll give you an example. The average person thinks that Luke Skywalker were the good guys, right? And these are leftists. These are, these fanboys for Star Wars. But these are the ones that'll march with Black Lives Matter, right? They think that they're the good guys like Luke Skywalker. But remember that the Jedi was the defenders of the Republic, and Palpatine usurped the Republic, and he turned it into an empire. It's the same thing that happened with Julius Caesar. There was a republic. He usurped the republic, and he turned the Republic of Rome into the Empire of Rome. See what I'm saying? And so basically, the Star Wars trilogy is actually the telling of the story of ancient Rome with the veneer of Nazi Germany. So I know that when I talk like that, some people kind of feel like, hey, look, he's talking conspiracy. But you just have to realize, like I said, when I showed her the U.S. Constitution, and this Constitution mandated a Republican form of government and not a Democrat form of government. And so now you know that everything is supposed to be based on the Constitution. Then why do we have Democrats? Well, Democrats feel like the Declaration of Independence is their Constitution. So they feel like that, hey, look, we have the right to overthrow our government when we're upset. So they go by the Declaration of Independence. That's their Constitution. And the Republican Constitution is the U.S. Constitution. So
yeah,
I had to show her that, and I'm not talking about just talk to her. I had to actually show her videos of these black communists in the 1910s that actually infiltrated Marcus Garvey's movement and got those black communists, the African Blood Brotherhood. They infiltrated Marcus Garvey's movement and tried to take his members and usurp it, as well as W.E.B. Du Bois and the NAACP. That's why you didn't see Martin Luther King get along really with Malcolm X, because Malcolm X is a conservative. Martin Luther King was a liberal. W.E.B. Du Bois was a liberal. Marcus Garvey, he's a black nationalist, which in contrast is the same thing as a white nationalist. So that puts him automatically on the right. So he's right wing. So same thing with Booker T. Washington. So if you see like Trump, when he talks about black heroes, he always mentions Booker T. Washington, and he'll mention Frederick Douglass because they were Republicans. He'll mention Martin Luther King just to not seem racist, but people on the right don't like Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? So he'll mention, like I said, he'll mention Frederick Douglass, he'll mention Jackie Robinson, he'll mention Booker T. Washington, and actually he's going to put them in his Hall of Statues. So you see there's a contrast between right-wing blacks and left-wing blacks, and it's been going on for the better part of 100 years. So this is why Marcus Garvey got deported, was because of the African Blood Brotherhood, who were communists, and W.E.B. Du Bois, who was a Marxist. And they told the FBI on him, and they had newspapers, and they put all this slander in the newspapers. And so when Marcus Garvey was shipped to, when he was deported, the African Blood Brotherhood went after Marcus Garvey's followers to bring them into the communist movement. So,
well, let me back up for a second and ask you this. There was so much I wanted to jump in on, but I just wanted to let you.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Go ahead and riff on it. You said Republicans don't like Martin Luther King. That sounds counterintuitive, because that's normally, in politics, that's like criticizing Martin Luther King, that's like criticizing Jesus. Like you, so where you get gathering that they don't like Martin Luther King? Everybody speaks favorably there.
Well, they don't like Martin Luther King because Martin Luther King was his organization was infiltrated by communists, and it's a theory that either Martin Luther King was a communist or he was killed by a communist to create him to make him a martyr. So if you look at Black Lives Matter and these teachers, whenever they're giving interviews, they have Martin Luther King in the background. But why not have Malcolm X? Malcolm X was more militant than Martin, but Malcolm X was a righty. You see what I'm saying? Martin Luther King is a lefty. And so the Communist Party has modernized Martin Luther King. And so if you read about the Martin Luther King holiday, all you got to do is read what Ronald Reagan said. They asked him, they said, why you don't want Martin Luther King to have his holiday? Is it because you think he's a communist? And Ronald Reagan said, I guess we'll know in 35 years, because that's when the secret FBI tapes are going to come out in 2028. And they're going to show if Martin Luther King was actually a communist or not. That's what people are looking for.
You're over my head. Why is 2028 some magical day when the tapes are coming out?
Because when he died, they couldn't release the tapes until 50 years after his death. That
Why?
Was the...
Says who?
Says the people, I think it was the president, but they did not want to release those secret recordings of Martin Luther King. Some people said that, and I'm not even going to say it, but I know I can say 90% that Martin Luther King was not a communist. He's talked about communism, and he said that he doesn't. He'll talk like favorably of it, but he says that he doesn't believe in it because he doesn't believe in the suppression of free speech. And he wants to have the freedom of thought that communism doesn't give you. So he was well aware of the subversionary tactics of communism. So this is why Republicans don't support Martin Luther King, because they feel like he was a communist, and how dare you give a communist, no matter what good he's done, an official holiday. And so this is why you see President Trump saying, well, look, I'm going to make Juneteenth the holiday. You see what I'm saying? So
wait, hold your thought real quick. I'm trying to talk to people now, because some people don't respond to SKC good at responding to emails. SKC, are you available for a one-on-one tomorrow? Because Zero pretending like he got actual work to do in real life, and Silent just ditched me. So let me know if you're available tomorrow, SKC. Because Zero said it's busy season at his job. He pretends to be working, playing on the computer. He just typing. His job is to go on the computer and type ASDF, GHJKL, semicolon enter, and then start over. He just do that over and over again. But but Zero. Yeah, Zero actually, he said he actually works. Yeah, okay. You do that busy work. Play around on the computer. All right, but no, Zero, we got to get a one-on-one. I read your email. You said you got to do it in the afternoon or something like that. If we do it, we'll try to get that. We'll try to get that worked out. But SKC, let me know if you got some availability tomorrow. But anyway, I mean to cut you off. I just try to catch people that I collab with while I'm seeing them right here, because some people don't be responding to emails right away. But anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. You're dropping some good stuff. This is interesting.
Oh, it's all good, man. I was trying to find the clip. I know I have it on my computer. Matter of fact, I probably can. I was trying to find a clip where they were actually talking, but you can actually Wikipedia the Martin Luther King holiday. You can Wikipedia that, and I think in the first or second paragraph it's actually mentioning Ronald Reagan talking about not wanting to have Martin Luther King's holiday in this country, and it wasn't because of racism. You know, there was an entire discussion about it from the Republicans. It was because they felt like he was a communist, and because the tapes had been blocked, they decided not to. They said that it was political suicide not to give black people that holiday. So they went along with it, but they said, hey, look, if we don't go along with it, then it's political suicide. We'll be out of office, and someone else will just come and make it a holiday, and we'll be out of office for no reason, basically. So let's go ahead and agree on it. But yeah, they were staunchly opposed to. They wanted to give the holiday to Booker T. Washington. To be honest with you, they wanted to give the holiday to Frederick Douglass. So they were opposed to the Martin Luther King thing. You know, now as far as what he did for the country, I mean, hey, look, it's undeniable. You know, he legit won a Nobel Peace Prize. So in my mind, it doesn't matter if he was a communist or not. I'm just trying to give a little context of how this is why the KKK moved to the Republican Party. It's because they hated blacks, but they hated communists even more. And so when you get a black communist, you know, you're and this happened in '64. So the Republican Party was split. And so they said, hey, look, you know what? We have to start addressing this communism in this country. And for now, we're going to have to abandon the black issue to fight communism.
Oh, wait, back up real quick. I was fucking around with SKC in the chat. You said that, why did you say the Republican Party joined the KKK? What did you say?
The Republican Party, the KKK joined they started voting for Republicans because Republicans were highly anti-communist, and the KKK they figure they do not like Catholics. Okay, That's why they burn crosses. And so here you have in the White House at the time John F. Kennedy, who was a devout Catholic. And so you have Joe Biden that's fit to be a Catholic, right? If he's running for president as this second devout Catholic, right? So here you have a Catholic on the Democrat ticket. Then you have them pushing civil rights, which the Ku Klux Klan felt like the civil rights was like a smokescreen for communism, because this is how communist movements start off. You can juxtapose the communist movement in Cuba, Mao, China, Russia. Because Russia started out as women's rights. So once you get to the point where you can't criticize a person or the oppressed, then it's really no stopping them, because if they begin to riot and let's say the police engage them and then there happens to be casualties, then the rest of the public that might have not been with the riots in the beginning, they said, oh, the police didn't have to use such harsh force on them. And so now you have public opinion that is turned against the police force. And that's your defense. That's the only line of defense between, say, an angry mob and the White House. So you saw Trump, he had to go into the bunker. That was the first time that has ever happened in history. You saw him have to go in the bunker because they tore down the barricades in front of the White House. And so you don't have to have Russia or China as a military force on the ground. All you have to do is convince the people that the government is evil and illegitimate, and they lose public trust. I mean, they lose trust in the public institutions, and they say we need a regime change. And so the person that says, I can give you that regime change, they can vote for them in mass. The problem that the Democrats face is voting in mass and voting majority does not work because of the electoral college. That's why Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they've spoken out about getting rid of the electoral college. But you can't just do that. You typically have to do that in a presidential election, because in presidential elections, that's when you can actually have sweeping change, because you can rinse in an entire regime because you're voting for Congress members as well as the president. And typically when people vote for the president, they don't go individually down the ticket. They just say, I want to vote for Donald Trump and all Republicans, or I want to vote for Joe Biden and all Democrats. Barack Obama had a supermajority when he was elected, and all majorities have happened with Democrat presidents. And so now that Trump has exposed the corruption in Washington, and they didn't think that he was going to win, so they was kind of lazy about it. But now that he's in Washington for sure, they cannot let him have a second term, because in his second term, he's not going to be held back by the reins of political issues. He can do what he wants. That's a lame duck session. So the Democrats have to get back in, and they have to shore up. They have to shore up the fort. They have to pack the courts. They have to get 2/3 a majority in Congress so they can change the Constitution. And after that, you won't see a republic in this country. You'll see a democracy, which, they always lead to totalitarianism. So once I show my wife that, I don't want to filibuster, but once I showed my wife that, like I said, I told her, so you're in the military, you have to, you swore an oath to the Constitution. You don't swear an oath to the president or any political party. You're supposed to protect the Constitution. So by default, if the Constitution by Article 4, Section 4 says that each state in this union is guaranteed a Republican form of government, not a democratic form of government, and you allow that, you're in the military, you're automatically a Republican. You're defending the Republic. You're automatically a Jedi. Yeah.
All right, let me get this right. So all of that you just said, that was really just your answer to the question. What was it like to get your wife to convert from Democrat to Republican?
Hey, I told you it was intense. And guess what? This didn't happen over.
That was your answer? Damn.
Hey, it didn't happen over a brief phone call. Like, this is stuff that I had to actually show her, sit her down and show her, and let her go and do her own research without me over her shoulder. And she came to the same conclusion that I came to. And like I said, it scared the shit out of her.
You don't talk as fast as Edward Anderson, but you can give him a run for his money on long-winded. like goddamn. That was good stuff though. Our Star Wars in the building. He says, "What's wrong with communism?" Okay, I want to get your response on this. He says, "What's wrong with communism? We were enslaved under capital. We were enslaved under capitalism. Plus, Malcolm X talked that shit because he was up north, not in the Jim Crow South." Let's get your response on that one.
What's wrong with communism? Is that what he asked me?
I put the question back up there. You can read the question and do.
What's wrong with communism? We were enslaved under capitalism. Plus, Malcolm X talked that shit because we were up in north. Actually, we were slaved under. Actually, slavery is actually socialism, because the slave has no say over. It's just like socialism. Like in socialism, actually communism, you don't have a say. You don't have a say of where. You don't have a say to say, "Hey, look, I want to go open up this business. I want to go do this." The slaves had the same thing. And when you're talking about plantations, you're not talking about a plantation owner that's doing this. You're talking about actually an industry. You're talking about companies or people that own plots of land. They would go buy plots of land, and then it turned into corporations, and these corporations would actually turn into industrial industries. So it's just like China. It's no different, except the people in China, they get paid slave wages, but they really have no say. So actually, slavery was a communist system. You know what I mean? It was just the if you listen to Adam Smith said that the slaves had to be free in order to be able to engage in capitalism. See what I'm saying? So he's coming from, I understand what he's trying to say, but that's a talking point from someone else. That's not his own talking point. That he came to his own conclusion. You know,
I've never heard anybody try to break down whether or not slavery was capitalism, communism, or socialism, or just at face value, just with a surface level understanding. The slave masters were clearly being capitalists. Can we agree on that? Like, I mean,
no, the slave masters were just that. They were slave masters. You
who
know,
were capitalizing on they were slave
it's,
masters who were capitalizing on free labor.
No, it's just like having a corporation. Let's say Google, right? And Google has a lot of employees under it. Let's say Google decides not to pay their employees and put them in chains. Well, the CEO of Google is not the slave master. Google itself is the slave master. So you're talking about industry. We don't talk about individual slave masters. We talk about the cotton industry, the sugar industry. It's industry. It's owned by states. That's why the states went to war. You know what I mean? This was state gross domestic product. So, okay, and this is why people have to understand what the 17th Amendment was. Before the 17th Amendment, it was the states that controlled everything. Okay, you have the House in Congress, you have the House that's supposed to represent the people. All right. And the senators are supposed to represent the states. If you, in the 17th Amendment that was ratified in 1913, that gave the people the power to elect senators. So now you have both the House that are elected by the people and the Senate that's elected by the people, which de facto makes the states not have a voice. Now the states are in suffrage. So before 1913, the states were in control of their industry. All right. People didn't become independent because you had sharecroppers. Ain't nobody had like businesses and stuff before slavery ended. All this stuff started happening during the Reconstruction era when people got financially independent and could start opening up individual businesses. Before, everybody worked on plantations. Nobody had businesses and stores and candy stores in the pre-Civil War. Everybody was essentially under communism.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat disagree with you, but
Well, they can Google it.
Nobody's coming up.
Yeah, they can Google it. I mean, we're on a computer. If you have a phone, you're on a small computer. You know, argue with Google. Don't argue with me. You know what I mean? Argue with whatever website you pull up. You know, that's just the truth of the matter. People wasn't engaged in commerce before the Civil War. The liberation of slaves actually liberated white people as well. So they could, you know, go into business. But before that, they all worked on farms. They all worked communal jobs. You know, ask
Well,
them
you asked for pushback. Pushback is here, bro.
All right.
I come back to hearing you say everybody worked on plantations, brother. What?
That's what I said, man. I said everybody.
Yeah, you said it, but is it true?
Well, you're welcome to tell me the big businesses that people owned and set up, you know, corporations like you're welcome to give me some examples.
Well, everything that wasn't cotton or fruit and everything else, brother. Everything
That's
that
not an
wasn't
example,
a
man.
crop.
That's
That is an example. Whoa. You
that's
can't. Nah. So you not. This is not how this is gonna go. Now, You're not gonna ask me the question. Then when I answer, you're just gonna disqualify without giving me anything of the actual disqualifying. It. Look, bro. The only thing you're gonna get out of a plantation was what? A crop, whether it be a food source or cotton. Okay, that was pretty much the only two things you were gonna get from a plantation. So you mean to tell me, everything else outside of that, where did that come from?
outside of what?
Outside of food sources and cotton, which were the only two things were going to get from a plantation, sir. Where did everything else come from? The woodwork and the lumber, like the things you needed to fucking, make a house or build things, you know?
This was come from farms, man. This came from workers. Like, do you realize that there was 40 acres in a mule, when General Sherman dictated the 40 acres in the mule to the blacks, that was in the black belt, when they set up their republic, right? There was no people that had individual businesses. They all worked as a group. Even in it's called the Commonwealth. Even in the people that settled in Georgia and Savannah, Georgia, they didn't have their own individual businesses. You know what I mean? They worked as a
Brother.
communal system,
So
and
again,
that's what
are you
communism mean, is communal. That's what the word comes from, communal. They
no,
all
no,
work
no, no.
together.
Communism does not mean no,
All right,
sir.
bro.
What everything you're saying is this. What are you talking? What are you do? Why are you just literally just
I don't
making
even
this
know why
up?
we're even discussing this. You
Of
asked
you,
me
yeah,
what's
you. Of
wrong
course,
with
you never. A
communism. I'm like,
person
well,
never wants to discuss anything, bro. Once a person come back and they're trying to make them qualify the things they're saying, and they don't just get to be on a soapbox and just say stuff without qualifying any of it, brother. Explain communism to us, then, bro. How about this? You're a communism expert, explain it to us, then, brother.
there's different types of communism. You know what I mean? There's different
Okay,
levels
well,
of
just
it.
pick one.
And so,
Pick one. Explain one of them to us.
well, communism is the control of industry by the state. That's what communism means. It's control of industry by the states. It's the abolition of private property. All property is controlled by the state. It's wealth distribution. Okay,
Great
so
job. Great job. Okay, so why are we even talking about communism though?
you
What's
wouldn't want
the,
to talk about it. You don't want
you
to
brought
relate
it
it to
up. I heard
slavery. You
you
want to
brought
break
up
it to that's
slavery.
that. Listen, that I did not bring up slavery. That's a horizontal argument. You know, I brought up the the
So what was
infiltration.
your reference of plantation then? So what was the importance of you saying that everybody worked on plantations, brother? Again, like I dropped out, I came back in, and the first thing I heard you saying out of your mouth verbatim was everybody worked on plantations back then.
For I said for the most part, people worked on. Okay, so the people that like, if you watch Django, right, and we're just using this for an example, not a
Wow.
historical reference, right, and you
Okay.
saw Django whip the white boy. So you mean to tell me that white boy uh, wasn't working on the plantation? I mean, you got to have
In the
some
movie
overseers.
or in real wait, in the
I mean, in
movie
real
or in
life.
real life?
In real life, there were overseers. I just use the movies
Well,
as a
in real
point of
life, there
great
were
reference so
also
you can visualize it.
hold on. Well, I can also help you with another part of your visualization, brother. In the same time, I think in that same well, no, that wasn't Django. That was 12 Years a Slave. See, if we jump to another slave movie, since we're using slave movies as references, there were white men that were also work hand in hand and side by side with the slaves. So why you can't talk about the white men that were the indentured servers? You know what I'm saying? Because
Because, I mean, quite frankly,
Well,
hold on. You go ahead
let's
and
try
talk
to
because I
hold
got this
on.
person cutting the grass in the background. I don't want you guys to
Well,
have
let's
to.
try to look at it. Yeah, go ahead. Well, just mute up for a second. But let's look at it like this. Okay, there was the slave masters. Okay, there was the overseers. Okay, other than slave masters and overseers, I'm assuming there were millions of other white people walking around who we can assume did something for a living. So I mean, also
Now, and part of that being Bernard worked beside the slaves. They just weren't deemed as slaves, but they were doing the same work of slaves, and they were able to they indentured servitude again was a thing for white folks. I don't know why people like to just skip past that and whatever, what have you. Again, I know chattel slavery is. I'm not saying they were the same thing. They were different. Okay, black people didn't have no option as to where like pretty much hey, I'm done. We have a contract. Even though at one point it was. So, but I think you can thank a black man for that because it was a black man that took the slave to court to say, hey, man, you think you done. I don't think you done. I ought to be able to have control over you forever. So that's what's kind of weird to me whenever we start talking this slavery thing and people never ever bring up the person that pretty much, made chattel slavery okay was a person of African descent.
Yeah, no, I like talking about slavery long as this is clearly understood that we just talking about history and we not trying to explain.
Yeah,
as long as we ain't trying to make no excuse for for what niggas ain't doing today.
Yeah, Bernard, how old are you, bro? Bernard, me and you around the same age, right? You mid-30s, right? Mid-30s. How many? So that's at least 35 Black History Months you done heard of, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, brother. I don't need another Black History Month in motherfucking what is this, October?
I'm back.
Hey, hold on, wait. We gonna go to Black Wizard. That was some funny shit. He said we don't need no other Black History Month. No, if it come up, I mean, I don't mind hearing people perspective on it. But I feel you though. I feel you. Go ahead, Black Wizard. What you got?
I don't have anything in particular. I was kind of listening because like some of the stuff Enemy Nation was saying is so there's aspects of it that's true, and then there was aspects of it that were just like kind of left field, and I was trying to clear the air if I heard anything that popped up like that. But since I've been on, I haven't really heard anything. But
you just waiting in the wing because you eventually going to hear something that's going to not make sense.
It just kept popping up. So like the next time something pops up, I'm gonna chime in.
All right, the Mac Trucker says, "Happy Pro Black Month." Yeah, get out of there. All right, we got SKC in the building. Look like you screen sharing something, so let's try to see what this coon got to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have much time, man. I'm not trying to argue. I was just sharing something real quick. Research that I found: Black-owned businesses in the South, 1790 to 1880. You go right here to page 5 of the research. Again, free Negro businesses, businesses.
Well, you sounding like Eartha Kitt. Like what's that shit?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you Borgin over there.
You Borgin, yeah.
Oh, sorry about it, man. But it is what it is.
No, it sounds better now. Go ahead right now before we start again.
But yeah, as it can be shown, there were several Black businesses in the antebellum era from the 1790s all the way up to around the 1880s or so forth. They weren't just working on farms. They were shoemakers, wheelwrights, millwrights, tailors, butchers, bakers.
Those are privately owned businesses, right, SKC?
Correct. And these were part of the free Negro businesses that were in that time. So I don't know where the whole thought of
niggas was just slaves. SKC, just go ahead and say it, man. Again, it was slaves singing a song and Negro spirituals and getting whipped. That's all niggas did. That's all niggas. All you ever been was slaves.
And this idea that there was no free market.
That again, like this is ridiculous. And shout out to West Coast African in the chat. There goes your name, brother. Plenty of names. Shout out to SKC, man. There you go. Y'all, man, stop, man. Stop.
But even it was showing that there were free Negroes who actually bought other slaves and they converted them so that they could be builders and brick masons and apprentices and all sorts of other things for their businesses.
Another thing in reference
right there,
to go ahead, SKC, my bad.
It was talking about right there in Georgia. I mean, here's 3 particularly famous Black businessmen during that time.
Damn, not just one name, SKC, but 3 names? Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, But there were a bunch of people that were doing all sorts of stuff. Cattle ranching and draymans, fishermen, merchants. They had all sorts of businesses. So
okay, let me say something pretty controversial because I remember Ramil did some good content on this, and I came away thinking something that I hated to even have in my head because I was just trying to imagine that okay, a white person see a black person like that, free running a business. Uh, uh, they were that he clearly was off limits for whatever kind of extreme oppression was going on as far as the slaves. So I just hated to have the thought it was like was it just like certain like dumb niggas was just slaves, but it was like it was other ones that was free and doing shit. It's like I don't. Never mind. That's bad way of thinking. Help me out. What's going on here?
Well,
it's because it seemed like if you did, it seems like even back then.
Let me help you out, Bernard. Bernard,
go ahead,
let me be the fucking I will take the hate, brother, as usual.
Yes,
listen, if you were a nigga of resource, okay, they didn't just fucking make you a nigga of fucking field work, field hand, and all this slave shit. Okay, you didn't just slop the hogs and pick the cotton and all this other shit. Again, if you fucking showed promise in any type of fucking highly leveled skilled thing, you will be taken away. Again, shout out to an old nigga in this sector that always brags about how he was so smart. They sent him to the white folk school. Okay, so it's nothing bad in saying it, Bernard, because again, we have somebody that's highly renowned in this space that always talks about how he was so intelligent that they didn't keep him around these old simple niggas. They sent him to the good old white folks. So the same thing that applied for him in his childhood and going to school, just use that same context to niggas that was back in the slavery days. Okay, if you had a skill, a talent, or you were able to be taught and learn a skill or talent, you would open yourself up to more productive way of living, activities, and a range of freedom, or your complete and total freedom, plus a lot of money and other shit to come with it.
Hey, what's going on, Rick? Oh, my bad.
In addition to that, Trey, you can have it right after that, man. Cause I got a jet. But I think in addition to that, instead of doing a lot of reading about these different eras and whatnot, people have seen a lot of movies and basically a bunch of KKK porn. When it comes to slavery and how it actually happened and all of that stuff. So, and that's where people get these generalizations of what that time and what slavery was like. I think a lot of people could learn a lot, but from reading different slave narratives, from the black people that actually read and wrote back then, who actually tell their own stories about things that took place. That way
well, they did something on that, and granted, I mean, it was made for a TV show, so maybe they only told the really bad narratives. But when the slaves that this was around early in the 1900s, probably like 1920, the last surviving people who were actually slaves, they tracked them down and they interviewed them, and a lot of them told their stories, and there was a few horror stories in there. So I mean.
Right, but I'm talking about the literature, that there's a vast amount of literature of black people that wrote tons of books and things from that era that people don't ever give any of that any attention at all. And it would open up people's mind as to what actually took place instead of, I just think everything was just roots.
Hey, SKC, what's going on, Bernard? How's everybody doing? Enemy Nation, chilling. Enemy Nation, my homie, from our side of the woods, you're over here holding it down. Fantastic. What's going on? Salute, brother.
You got it, bro. What's going on, man? You got it.
Go ahead. You got the flow, Trey. Oh shit, Ramil about to set it off. Go ahead.
I'm not up here to argue anything or anything like that. I just, we gotta look at something from another perspective, and I'm one of those folks who come from freed black folks in the South. They were highly light-skinned. My great-great-great-grandfather, one of the greats, was an Irish dude. He owned the freaking store on the block. So my peoples got freed anyway from whatever my great-great-grandmother was up to. But A lot of this comes from the victim narrative that has to be pushed now to keep black folks in their place mentally. Now, you can't go out here talking about all the people SKC just referenced as business owners and actually slave owners themselves. And that's one part where SKC's article, nobody brought up. It said right underneath what SKC highlighted. All those business owners, they own their own slaves. And it's well known that in the Creole part of New Orleans, that black women were some of the biggest slave owners there. So the B-Dub was getting it in way back there. We cannot overlook this. And yes, Anthony Johnson, he was the Jackie Robinson of slavery. He bought his own freedom and then said, man, I'm going to do this. Okay. And then the white slave owners who parlayed with Anthony Johnson it's documented, were even like, yo, dude, chill, man. You're like vicious to your slaves. And all these slave owners in that era of South Carolina, black slave owners, were known to be the worst ones. And and there's even a family of optometrists now that they were descendants of a black slave owner, and they go back every year and visit the plantation because there's some white folks that live on it right now. And the white people are like, man, wow, my people never even owned slaves, but we live in a house that was owned by black slave owners. And the reason they found it all out because they went digging up underneath the house and they found all kinds of records, and it's all documented. The family knew, but nobody else knew. So this white family that lived in the house put it out there, and it's well documented. You just got to do a little Googling, a little research, look at a little Netflix.
All right, damn. Well, I want Ramil and Fantastic. I know both of y'all know more about this than I do. The shit Trader MBD just said how it is reported that the black slave owners were more brutal. That I don't want to believe that one. Have y'all found anything like that in y'all research of this shit?
Well, hell, what's more brutal than the nigga being the one to say, I don't want to let the niggas go? He set the precedence, bro. He set the precedent. He made it legal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Man. He made it legal. He made chattel slavery legal. And again, shout out to Mike V. Respect to the Black Brain Trust, brother. But again, man, this is where you guys, y'all want to argue with the history books? Don't argue with me, man. Argue with the history books, bro. Argue with the Supreme Court. You know, dockets, not me.
All right, Ramil, I remember you did some good content on this, so I'm going to go and pass it to Ramil. Let Ramil go on and set it off. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
And I appreciate you. I appreciate you referencing that because when I do stuff like that, people always say I'm a white supremacist and things like that. It was about the black slave owners, how there was hundreds, pretty close to thousands of black slave owners in the state of South Carolina alone. Also, only 8% of white people were slaves, man. So somebody brought up a good point. I think it was you, Fantastic. Oh, I think it was you, Bernard.
Slave owners. Make sure you say slave owners.
Yes,
slave owners.
Yeah, slave owners. Yeah, sorry about that. Slave owners. So you said this, Bernard Riley. We gotta redefine what that era was all about, man, because you always seem to find intelligent people. And also on that stream, I talked about McKissack, who were black architects who rose to some of the best architects in the country during slavery. You know what I'm saying? All these black success stories, black business owners, wealthy black people. But then you always talk about the slave part, right? We really gonna have to redefine what was going on back then. You said it, not me, Bernard. As far as were only the dumb people slaves, I don't know. You said it, not me. But I'm saying that is something we need to investigate, because all throughout time, even today, if people are talking about today that white supremacy is holding us back, and we know it's not white supremacy, we know we can get out here and be successful. I gotta think, damn, were niggas doing the same shit back then too? Like, I gotta question it, because it's just always this narrative like we just can't do anything. I'm just like, that's just the numbers don't bear it out or anything. That's why I don't like talking about the slavery. I don't like any of that stuff, because it's all excuses. All right, only a small percentage of white people, most white people did not have slaves back then. Like over 90% of white people didn't even know anything about slave ownership. Slavery was not racist; it was economics. All right, so that's all it was, man. So I just wanted to touch on this. We got to redefine this little slavery thing. We got to really ask ourselves what's going on. I ain't saying slavery was good. I ain't saying it was I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying we got to look at the reality of the situation. What was really going on?
Well, okay, I hear what you're saying, but all right, where you're going to lose people is when you say it wasn't racist. It's like, I mean, it was economic. Yes, it was all of this, but it was mostly based off your race.
We was the wait. No, we weren't the only race. Let me hop in here. Slavery. Yeah, exactly. For one, hold on. It's real easy. Again, Bernard, I promise you today, all right, and actually slavery is still going on today. for niggas to care about it so much. How many slaves have you niggas saved? But anyway, we won't get into that. Listen, if slavery was legal today and a motherfucker was able to legally purchase a person and have that person work up under them, and they own, niggas would do it today. Bernard Riley, if it was legal, again, that's why. And Ramil is real, and that's why I fuck with Ramil, man. People, you niggas are emotional, okay? You're emotional, all right? The whole thing is fucking, it's economics, bro. People do what's lawful. People do what's lawful, what's legal. At the time, slavery was legal. Again, no one here is saying that it was ethical, that it was moral, or that it was okay. But of the time, it was legal. That's why you niggas is never gonna get no fucking reparations. We're gonna get, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not gonna trigger you niggas all the way. I'm not gonna have you niggas send me death threats again. But listen, again, it was legal. Being that it was legal, like Ramil said, it was simple economics, man. That's all it was.
Hey, Ramil, can I drop one fact, Ramil, before you do that? One fact.
Go ahead.
That right now, what Fantastic said, if slavery was legal, we would do it because we're already doing it now, us business owners. Instead of paying somebody $15 an hour to do some mundane clerical work, we will go on Upwork or Fiverr and pay somebody 50 cents an hour in the Philippines to do the same damn thing.
Yep. Nike does it. All these major American corporations that outsource and they don't do business here. Why don't they do business here, Bernard? Because there's no such thing as a fucking minimum wage in China. There's no such thing as child labor laws in China. Okay, so what are these billion-dollar corporations? The niggas that sitting up here, I guarantee you right now, at least 75% of you niggas got on a pair of Nikes right now. You know what I'm saying? Some of you niggas got the Gucci belts. Some of you niggas got the motherfucking the fucking Versace shades and all this other shit.
I just had a revelation. Think about it. The pennies that they paying people over in China to do that shit would be the equivalent if they just had to pay just to feed American slaves. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Thank you, Bernard.
Like if they had American slaves here that they just had to house and feed and just keep food in their belly and water and give them water and food and just a roof over their head, they're basically paying a slave wage essentially to people over in China.
That's why slavery was not racist, because you're gonna tell me that these people were so racist that they will spend money to house these people, to feed them, to make sure that basic human needs, they're gonna lose money just to have slaves walk around. No, it was just strictly economics, just that black people were the only ones that went for it. That's the real truth. All right, they tried to do the Indians weren't going, white folks, they ain't not going for that. They did indentured service, but they ain't going for that whipping stuff. We the only ones, that's the real truth. All right, we the only ones that went for it. So with that being said, look, I got to question the severity of how it was talked about because of the movies and stuff like that, especially when we had a lot of black slave owners, a wealthy black class back then. I just got to question a lot of the narrative that's talked about. Once again, not saying slavery was good. I'm just saying how it's presented. I just have to question it as I do more research on it.
Yeah, our Star Wars, thank you for the super chat. He says slaves weren't paid. How did they pay for freedom? Somebody answer that real quick. They weren't paid. How did they pay for their freedom?
So they go work, do some odd stuff after the go do some side work for another business or something.
Okay, basically like if you picked up a skill and you knew how
a lot
to
of slaves with skills. That's another thing that we don't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop acting like we was just. I don't want to say we gotta stop acting like we just didn't know anything. Like a lot of slaves back then were skilled. Black people were skilled back then. A lot of bricklayers, masons, all types of stuff. So the savvy ones.
Yeah, like if you knew how to, I don't know, make some fucking horseshoes or something on the side.
Yeah, ironsmith.
Then you sell that, then you buy your freedom.
You know what that tells me? So that means now then you learn that you had the capacity to buy yourself out of slavery if you maybe had the extra wind in you to go out and do more. So I'm just kind of questioning now, like, man, like.
And this is some of the stuff that I.
Let me go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, this is some of the stuff that my dad got from my great grandmother. Is that. So all these slave owners were not these vicious white men you see in the movies. You got to remember, these soft white men out here you see today, they didn't just pop up out of nowhere. You could see from the history saying that Anthony Johnson was way more vicious than his counterparts, just like the other black slave owners. So there were some soft white dudes out there that were like, look, you know what? You work this hard, we'll make a contract. You produce this much over this many years, you get your freedom. That's how it worked. This is documented, y'all. Niggas just got to just go in and do their research. You just had to work a certain, it was hard work. You didn't get paid much, but eventually if you saved it up and didn't go into the town and spend your money on dumb stuff, if you saved that, you could buy your way out of slavery.
Okay,
And
it's also documented that it was niggas getting whipped and lashes and all of that shit. So that
we're not gonna excuse
Again, man,
that.
Bernard,
Yeah.
again, man, I'm sorry. I gotta listen, bro. Slavery
go
was
ahead,
not
nigga.
exclusive. Slavery was not exclusive to fucking African Americans, bro. It was not. Motherfuckers used to get fucking killed in hot oil, skinned alive, fucking ant beds, and all this kind of crazy shit. Nigga, again, slavery was practiced in Africa way before it ever even reached the States. Okay, it was on pretty much every fucking continent except Antarctica, nigga. And like I said, polar bears don't like motherfucking penguins. Okay, so at the end of the fucking day, man, listen, why are we still the only people crying over some shit? Like Zero puts it, it's plain and simple, over losing a war. Okay,
Oh no, I get that part.
Why are we still talking about this, man? We that doesn't. How does this is my main question to everybody that always wants to bring up the slavery thing.
Hold on, fantastic, real quick, man. What the hell is Mike V talking about Nuremberg trials for niggas?
I don't
talking,
know. Mike
what
V
the
always
hell, Mike V?
Bro. Mike V is hey man, shout out to Mike V. That's why I shouted him out. The Black Brain Trust, man. Mike V is one of these guys that just can't let slavery go, man. He won't feel like we should be repaid for it and all this other shit and so on and so forth, but whatnot, what have you. And hey, he has a right to his opinion. But all I'm trying to ask Mike V and everybody else that thinks like him, bro, what is any of that past shit helping the fucking progression of the black community today? It's nothing but hindering.
This is why we got fucking
this is why we can't go forward.
Why you niggas are fucking. This is why we are. It's still at the bottom, same place that we were at when we got released from slavery. Niggas still want to talk about this shit, dog. This shit is crazy to me. And
everybody else,
most of y'all didn't even go. You don't even know your family, dog.
Thank you. You don't even know if your family.
You don't even know who the fuck. You could have been a slave. You could have came from slave owners yourself. Your fucking parents could have been slave owners.
Ramil, remember when I told these? Ramil, I told these niggas this shit. I said, y'all niggas talking this reparation shit, right? So y'all think they just gonna be like, you're black, you get a check, you get a check. No, nigga, ain't gonna be no motherfucking the Oprah, nigga. No, it's gonna be, hey, we need you to go through this ledger, this slave ledger, and show us your family name, prove us your lineage. This is the person that you belong to, and so on and so forth, and all these things. How you niggas gonna react when you find out the white folks are gonna get some of them same reparation checks? Okay, because if they don't, again, you're talking about a payout. You guys are talking about going to be a historical, astronomical payout from the federal government to people under the premises of slavery. That's not going to be able to be limited to a skin tone, because then what would that be? That would be fucking discrimination. Okay, you're going to have to base it off of genetics and things like that and lineage. So you go back through and you look through these slave ledgers to actually track down the history. What are you niggas going to do when you find out that, okay, oh shit, these white folks will get some of these checks. Niggas not gonna do any of these checks because you weren't a descendant of a slave. And furthermore, what you gonna do when you niggas have to pay these white folks that's named this on this thing because your people, your black ass, like Ramil said, in South Carolina, the black folks that own slaves, those slave owners that were still slaves.
That's what I want to know.
What the fuck you gonna do then? What you gonna do, nigga? When they garnishing your wages? Cause you Mr. Johnson. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck you gonna
do? Jockey's retro says, if we could, who would we enslave? Apparently other black people.
Everybody. Let me before you switch that one. Hey, Bernard, them niggas be talking. Hey, I be hearing you niggas talking about them $40, nigga. What you think that is, nigga? What you think them $40 is, huh?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Y'all niggas, so, I'm looking now too. I'm snitching from here on out. Any of you niggas mentioning that $40, nigga.
All right. So hold on. Let me get through my super chats. David Johnson says, so gentlemen, are you saying there's nothing systemically happening to black people?
Yeah.
Oh man. Black Wizard in the building. Slavery as an economic vehicle isn't the question. Slavery itself is not the issue. The problem is with the way human beings were treated during it.
Well, get over it. Spilled milk. Get over it. You know, like the conservatives say, sometimes a race got to take the L. It's happened hundreds of thousands of years in human existence. If not you know what? Neanderthals took the L. That's why Homo sapiens are roaming the earth, not them.
I just wanted
All
to
right,
post
Ray. Hold
something.
on, SKC. Let me get through a couple more. Ray Alexander says, "What's up, BR? Thanks for discussing the controversial topic. Be a man, get married on Thursday evening." Yeah, had to get that in. Whenever you send me them emails, I'm gonna try to do a show on all of them. You be sending me some interesting articles. Thank you for that. Floyd L. Holt says, "Mike V, please go on a panel and bring some common sense to the show."
Yeah, bring
These
some more
Bring his comment
and
up, Bernard.
nagging.
With 25 days to the election, we need to start clipping what these niggas is saying. Bring it up. This is straight
Where's
y'all want to
that?
see communism?
Yeah,
Bring it.
okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Mike V, but he
Ramil
need to
real
Mike
quick.
V. But I think Mike V needs to stick to tech. Shout out to
Hey.
Mike V, you know what I'm saying? But we don't need no more complaining, no more nagging ass. We don't need none of that. We need people who are about warrior mindset, not complaining about this bullshit. People want white people to be nice. Y'all want white people to be nice to y'all. What the hell? It don't work
Exactly,
like
bro.
that. Get the fuck
Y'all
out
want
here and
that
do something.
hug, nigga.
I
You
just
don't.
wanted
Why
to
do y'all
get,
want that hug, bro? Why do y'all want
Damn.
that fucking hug?
White folks are
All
never.
right.
Hey, let me say something real quick. This is the God honest truth about white people. Y'all not gonna like this, okay? This is why I don't fuck with them like that. And y'all just gonna make y'all mad, but this is the truth. White people look at niggas like monkeys. Okay, that's the truth. It's never gonna change ever. If you're smart, you're a smart monkey. If you fast, you're a fast monkey. That's just the truth. It's never gonna change. Get out your feelings. Look at them as the people that they are and move the fuck on. They're never gonna like you. I'm sorry, it's never gonna
Thank
happen.
you. Why do you want respect from somebody that's shown historically they don't give a fuck about you? Why do you want acknowledgement, bro? This is why you go after power. Again, this is a
Exactly.
fucking black manosphere. We shouldn't be fucking rehashing shit again. Like I gotta go back. I keep saying I'm gonna do this shit, but I keep forgetting. Build a time machine, nigga. All right. If you not go build a fucking time machine, bro, and go back and erase the fucking shit that happened, bro, what's the purpose in fucking focusing on the shit today and rehashing it and just talking about the same shit? Bro, it's all a lot of shit is speculation anyway. Nigga, you weren't there. Again, and we've been come to find what day is Monday? What day is Monday? Columbus Day. For you guys that don't know, Columbus Day is a day that fucking we were told for like my entire fucking school year, nigga. The fucking American school system taught us that what Columbus discovered America. Within the last fucking 10 to 15 years, what it came out is for everybody to finally be accepted. Oh, that was a lie. So how the fuck you don't know that everything that's in these fucking slave narrative books to make you think that your origin starts and fucking finishes with the white man is not the same fucking type of lie, man? Come on now. I'm not trying to take away from the atrocities and things that happened during slavery. But again, bro, it's called history for a fucking reason. His story. The person who commands and writes the fucking books tells you how the fucking shit goes. You only know the narrative he allows you to know until you fucking have the power to get out here and find out for yourself.
I just wanted to post something to Ramil real quick, man. 'Cause we don't get to chat like that. But man, just from your perspective, I just want to see if our thoughts are aligned. When people have all this, I would say, animosity towards, America and so forth, particularly, because of the slavery thing and so forth. From your perspective, why don't they have that same viewpoint towards Africa, who actually made the deal?
Because they just are emotional. They just want something to complain about. Because you're right. If they're gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at the people who originally put you into slavery in the first place, who sold you originally in the first place. Like that's who the real animosity is. You really need to be mad at all those countries on the west coast of Africa, because those are the ones who initiated this joint. So I don't know.
Wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it make sense to kind of be angry at it, particularly? I'm not saying all of Africa. You're right, Mike V. I'm saying some of the West Coast places that made those. Some of them did make the trade and so forth. And some of those individuals have lineages that they sent their kids to the UK and got them educated, and they still making money and so forth. But at the same time, people have this idea. They'll say, well, Africa, black people built this country. Okay, they built the country. I'm just gonna go with that narrative. You built the country, all right, and then Africa sold you over here. Some African country sold you over here, and then your ancestors pay taxes here, and the Africans from those countries can come here and get grants and education loans. Free money. Again, it's like
you're slaving for them again. All over. So it's just weird to me. I'm like, I don't understand why you would not be I would say have the same type of anger towards both sides.
It makes too much sense, man. It makes too much sense, man.
Hey,
All
Bernard,
right,
just
all right.
started.
Let's get. I think David Johnson. Well, we're gonna go to Black Wizard real quick. I think David Johnson got the Mr. Pushback in his name right there. So he coming to get y'all coons.
Yeah, I got cooling it up today. I got to put on my coon hat, my Trump hat at today, man.
Bro, go ahead, Black Wizard, go ahead.
No, I noticed the Enemy Nation was gonna say something, and I was like, is this man gonna talk again? So let him go ahead and talk.
Well, he had some background noise. I don't know if you want it. Oh, well, go ahead, Enemy Nation. You want to get back in here? Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, I was talking about the communism, right? And I was trying to tell you about, we was talking about Republicans and why they didn't like MLK. Then my conversation got derailed by Zero because, he wanted to know what's wrong with communism. Then Mike V came in and wanted to say that capitalism was actually, slavery. So that took me to a side argument, which I said that I didn't want to go through, But back to the situation, I don't. For some reason, I'm using Firefox. I don't use Google Chrome. For some reason, I can't show my screen. Otherwise, I would have, said what I had to say. Show my little receipts. But I posted in the chat this YouTube video. If you can grab that and you show that YouTube video, it's actually talking about the thing that I was saying.
And you trying to put a case on somebody with the fuss? You're trying to put a case on somebody? They putting the case on you, bro?
Who are you talking about?
And that's Mike what Mr. Fantastic. No, I was trying to.
Mike V. No, hold on, Enemy. Mike V said, they come with arrest warrants in 25 days after the election for conservative brothers.
Oh, Mike, they probably
man.
But Mr. Fantastic, that's what I was.
Nigga like me that catch that catch my eye. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I was talking about slavery and stuff, Mr. Fantastic, and I was just really actually using, sometimes when you're talking generally or whatever, people say, oh well, you know what, he wrong, and I'm just using a figure of speech about certain things. So if I say, hey, look, you know what, slavery was actually socialism, you know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. But if we was like, well, we want to get into facts and go to pick out this book and go look at what this, and there are going to be people that say that socialism is slavery, and they're going to be socialists that are going to say capitalism is slavery. You know what I mean? And so to me, that's a horizontal argument.
Okay, my bad. Well, again, like I said, that's why
either way, it did spark a good conversation, and it's Freestyle Friday with no very specific.
I just want to let him know before he hop in
route. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to let him hop in there, bro. That's why I preface and I let you know where I came in back on the conversation, brother. I wasn't here when you began talking. I wasn't here for when you started talking. I just came on when you were talking about slavery specifically. So that was the whole aspect of it, man. Listen, again, this whole idea of, I don't even understand this argument. And I've heard people get a whole, are we really being pro-socialism, communism in this space right now? Because I've heard this and people, I've seen this and I tried to stay away from it, but are we really trying to even think or imagine that communism, again, a system, an economic system or ideology that's been proven to be like the most fucking murderous functional society in the history of mankind, of modern mankind? Are we trying to promote that in any way, shape, form, or fashion as being like positive or even feasible to use in America? Is that
I hope not.
Especially if we haven't even profited out of capitalism yet.
No, Ramil, I heard this shit several times, bro.
Shit. It seems like it's been kind of floating around just a little bit. But let's go to David Johnson, Mr. Pushback in the building. About to set all the coons straight, man. Go ahead. You got the flow. You got the mic.
Salute to all the bros. Salute to all y'all. Salute Bernard for having me. First off, let me say, because I know all the talking points now, I'm not justifying making excuses. I'm saying infiltrate everything, get every goddamn job, take every goddamn position. That's how we'll take it back. Not a war, not a fight, through infiltration. So let me say that now. So that's my stand. There is no make excuses. So I don't want to hear any of those arguments. So now, with that being said, somebody at Mr. Fantastic asked, why do you keep bringing up things from the past? And I wanted to respond. This ain't just to him. I just want to go into my premise with this. They say if you don't remember things, if you don't remember the past, you're doomed to repeat it. And I've seen that most people who usually always end up falling in the same hole is usually those scenarios they chose to forget. Now, what I'd like to say is, and I'd like to ask everybody, as a people, since we've been in this country, have we truly progressed? Yes or no? I'm gonna show you how it's the same thing going on. Ramil said, "Were we doing the same things back in the day?" I would say yes. A salute to the Most High in the Bible. Everything repeats itself. Life is a cycle, a circle. So I would like to ask: have we progressed as a people since we've been here? Truly progressed? Have we?
Yes.
Yes or no?
We have
progress quite easily.
Okay, wait.
Not far enough.
I'm glad y'all said that. That's far enough. Let me ask this. So when we got here, we didn't own any big corporations on the open market. We don't own any textiles when we got here. We didn't own any of that, right? But like we said, clearly there were rich black men there obviously had to be some black men who were here living free. Like today we have rich black men who are living pretty good, but they're not truly free. So let's ask, okay, if we've truly progressed.
They're not truly free?
No, okay, just hold, I said it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just let me walk you down.
Go ahead.
So then, if that be the case, if we truly have progressed, then we should have corporations on the open market. Our people should. If we've been in this country pretty much damn near since its definitely since its inception. So if anything, if we truly have progressed, and let's say they were holding us back because you needed an underclass, no dominant class makes everybody equal. That defeats the purpose of being a dominant class. So if we truly have progress, then where are our textiles and open, companies on the open market, and where we're doing trades with other countries? If we truly have progressed and there is no system holding us back like it was back then, where is that? Where is the product of that? Where is the evidence of that now?
Hey, I'll jump on that. You know what? Hold up. You got millionaire truck business freight owners out there. You got millionaire black business owners that are sourcing hair from China and India and turning around and selling it to the B-dub that are multimillionaires. All here have been in the manosphere. You've got multimillionaire cannabis business owners. This communal stuff. You are an individual. This is the United States of America.
Wait.
Yes.
The individual makes the community, bro.
We know that, but what I'm saying is, if we're talking, see what y'all doing, like what black women do. When it's convenient for you to individualize, you individualize. When it's convenient for you to generalize,
hold on. Wait. No, let me ask you a question, bro.
Wait a minute.
Bro, we didn't interrupt you. You answered the question, David. You gotta let somebody give the. Oh no, you're not trying to set the context. You're trying to corner the argument.
I need to see where we've grown on a worldwide level, not a few more dollars. We've always had money.
Time out. Why is that the goalpost in this conversation? You came to give pushback, and you're trying to see how have we grown on a global level.
My whole point is, if we truly have progressed, then then the things I asked where are, it should reflect that. We should have those things if we.
Michael Jordan's a billionaire.
Individual.
We have
again. Hold on. So again, let me hold up. So again, I got to teach you a lesson here, young brother. Listen,
all right, come on, young brother.
Listen, listen. The community cannot exist without individuals. The group cannot exist without individuals.
We get that.
Okay.
We get that.
Well, obviously you don't, because you keep using that as a disqualifier for whenever we tell you an individual name. Again, when I say Mark Zuckerberg, that's not all white folks. When I say Bill Gates, that's not all white folks. Would you have, if I would have said about the white man, you would have said, oh, that's an individual. That's an individual. I would have said Elon Musk. You would say that's an individual. No. You qualify them as white people. You use that to your advantage. So just like you're going to use an individual as the standard or the point of reference, I can do the same thing for black people. Robert F. Smith, again, black man. Okay, he has his own corporation, $1 billion corporation that is global. Let me ask you this.
David Johnson. I think what Fantastic is trying to say is something that I've said on this show before too. I don't like when black people say we don't own industries. If there was a black man who did own some big ass industry, we wouldn't own that motherfucker. He would own it. He would be a billionaire, and he would have a bunch of little employees and foot soldiers on the ground getting a check. That's how capitalism works. So I don't understand.
Let me ask this question.
Is worth $1 billion. We don't got shit to do with that billion. Just like
all right, let me ask this question.
White people don't got shit to do with Mark Zuckerberg's billion.
Got you.
Unless you work for Facebook.
Let me ask this question: Does this country, and is this a common tact when you want to own this statement? Do you guys believe in monopolies?
Believe in what now?
Monopolies.
Last monopoly.
Know what a monopoly is, right?
Do I believe? Wait. Do I believe?
Y'all believe that monopolies are practiced around here?
Wait, I got to get the context, bro. Are you saying do we believe that they exist, or do we believe that they shouldn't exist?
Do you believe that in this country there are a lot of different monopolies going on?
Yes, there are. All
right, now hold on. If I may, give me your definition of monopoly, if I may.
A monopoly is when something has reached a business has reached critical mass to the point of where there can be no competition. Pretty much, i.e., cable services in this country is one of the best examples.
So let me ask you this: do people purposely create monopolies, or is that just something that just randomly happens?
No, you purposely create one, but that's why that's why you have checks and balances to prevent them in this country from being created.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Hold on, David.
That's nothing to do with black people. Come on, man. You making this little separate argument.
Bro, that's a talking point. Stop, bro. There you go, Trey. Relax.
Well, it sounds like where you're going is you're basically saying the individual winner can win so much that they can create a monopoly in an industry, and you're basically trying to use that to say
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Let me explain what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I use a simplistic example. Me and my father were buying houses. When we got to the fourth house, we had been buying houses without a hitch. When we got to the fourth house, all of a sudden it was a problem. Using the same company, same credit, same it was smooth the first 3 times. The fourth house and every house after that became an issue. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what was going on. We hadn't changed up anything. We hadn't messed up anything. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if you understand how an upper class or dominant class works, it is not to their benefit. I said this earlier. It's not to their benefit. Let me finish. It's not to their benefit to help you become even with them. Then they're no longer the dominant class. Then you become equal, and there's the potential that you could overthrow them and then have them as the underclass.
All you got to do.
Let me ask. Can I finish my statement? Goddamn.
Hold on, but I understand, but it's an important point. I know, but just let me get this point in here.
All right, go ahead, Bernard.
The only way to truly prove what you're saying is right in that small example you just gave, you would have to prove that if you were going to black-owned banks to get those loans, and once you made it to the fourth house, when they looked at your income and the total number of and how much assets or liabilities or like you got to prove that black-owned bank is not going to do the math and say we can't give you another loan.
Wait, hold on a second.
Stop it.
Each time you purchase a house,
go ahead.
Each time you purchase a house, they do a credit check. So after the third, once you got to the fourth house, did you make sure that all those other credit checks didn't affect your credit?
We were using the same. We used the same. Everybody we were using were the same people. We didn't do anything different.
Okay, now were you buying these houses as like individuals, or did you have like an LLC? Were you using business credit? Because
at the time we were just buying them as individuals.
All right, wait, hold on.
Wait,
should have been using business credit.
Wait a minute.
It's much easier to get business credit than personal credit.
All right, listen though. Let me appeal to your common sense. There should be no, if I got the money and I got the credit, shouldn't be no fucking problem. That's the point.
No, that is not common sense.
All right, wait a minute. All right, hold on.
We're talking business. All right, let me use business credit.
Let me finish. All right, let me say this. I'm gonna appeal to your common sense then. Now I'm gonna just deal with the understanding, your comprehension. If you are rulership, if you have a kingdom, and you have, God damn it, I got God damn it, hold on one sec. Don't
okay, let me say this.
I'm not gonna take this.
Let me just say this, Bernard.
I gotta say this.
All right, hold on, wait, hold on. All right, hold on.
Dude, stop. Like you going a mile a minute. All right.
I didn't even finish my statement.
Okay, and you said hold on, so I'm going in on your hold on, and you're gonna hold on while I'm going in. All right.
Go ahead.
When I went to the bank to get a loan, the lady she explained to me that your credit score can be really high, But if they calculate this and calculate that and do this and do that, it don't matter how high your credit score is.
Exactly,
They
Bernard.
won't give you the loan.
You can be oversaturated in the amount of money that you're loaning out, and he just told on himself.
Y'all don't understand rulership. Bottom line, y'all don't understand it.
You don't understand.
I do. I have an 850 credit score. I totally understand credit.
And she literally
All right, y'all got it. I'm gonna go on mute. Y'all got it. Y'all don't want no pushback. I'm gonna go on mute.
So, brother,
you don't have a good point.
Again, brother, listen. Congrats to you on having an 850 credit score, sir. But you know what an 850 credit score doesn't do? An 850 credit score doesn't give you infinite money, nigga. A fucking 850 credit score does not give you 999,999.
I got 500 liquid. Talk to me. I got 500 racks liquid. Talk to me. Now what? I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute.
And I imagine this.
Then pay cash for the house.
So thank you. So either way, you're hurting yourself all the more, bro. Listen, no matter how
I haven't hurt myself. I got 4 houses.
Because you're proving your point as to why you made this into a discrimination thing when it was simple economics, bro. The houses that you were getting, I imagine they weren't just some little rinky-dink ass bullshit houses. You was probably buying some big shit, some nice shit for you to be able to stay for yourself or flip. No matter what, if you got $1 million house, $1 million house, $1 million house, at some point in time, even though you have $500,000 liquid, how much is 5 million times 500,000 liquid, bro? So again, this is you making a racial. You see, this is what you guys do, and you prove us right every time. This had nothing to do with race, bro. It was simple mathematics and balance sheets.
All right, let me stop you. I attempted to give you the most simple example as I could, so I went past that. All right, I went past that. So what I'm trying to help you understand, if you understand rulership, rulership is not about equality. And here's the thing. No, wait, can I finish? Can I finish a statement, please? Okay, we grown men here. Come on, I ain't going nowhere. I know y'all don't understand rulership. Y'all have never done it. So I know, like, believe it or not, y'all subconsciously do have a slave mentality. All while saying they're not doing nothing. At the end of the day, y'all don't understand how rulership goes because rulership does not share power. It's not how it works.
Man. Hold on.
If you don't think they have a rulership here, then you blind as hell. And it makes no sense for me to do any more talking.
No. Bernard said it best, bro. It's one or two things that you should have did here. When the white folks fucking denied you, why did you not go to a black bank? Or were you dealing with a black bank in the first place, brother? Oh, no, you weren't. We know you weren't.
So where are our major black corporations today if we progress? Where are they?
Wait a minute.
Like you said, I let you talk, you let me talk. So now you're being a hypocrite off the rip. You're being a hypocrite off the fucking rip. Because instead of going to a black organization and a black bank and giving your money to a black dollars, where did you go? The white man. Okay? You went to the white man first. So that's strike one. Strike two was, again, when the white man finally got getting all your money and making the white man all this money off of all this interest and all these loans.
This has nothing to do with us.
Hold on, let me talk. He told your black ass, get your nigga ass away from here. We're not letting you get no fourth house, nigga. Did you fucking take all of your money
share power.
Hold on now, hold on. I'm gonna let you rock. Let me rock. Did you take all of the fucking previous loans you had, take them from there and get them refinanced by a black bank? Not only the 3 you already had, then had them approve you for the 4th one, and they said yes. Fuck no, you didn't. Because again, it had nothing to do with fucking race, bro. It's simple mathematics. As far as the rulership bullshit, I'm not done there like you told me. Listen, bro, you done talked for like 37 minutes. Listen, bro.
Y'all lying. I ain't talk. That's a lot better 1,000. I ain't talk more than nobody. I bet 1,000.
Come on, let's go one at a time. One at a time.
I know all
Stop with the deflections. Go ahead and talk.
One at a time.
Again, David Johnson, I know all about rulership because you know what I know rulers don't do? Rulers don't bitch and complain about some shit they can't
don't share power either. They don't share power either, nigga.
I know they do. If you listen, I'll give you the recipe, nigga. What they do is they motherfucking go forward and they kill shit in front of everything in front of them. They take over shit, regardless of what the fucking future was.
Cool. So don't act like these niggas are sharing power then. Stop lying. They not sharing power. That means they got things in place to put you in here. So redlining ain't real. Tuskegee Airmen wasn't real. Crack in our neighborhoods wasn't real. All this is figments of our motherfucking imagination. Fuck out of here, nigga. Check and mate, nigga. Check and mate, nigga.
Again. They don't complain about the current state.
David Johnson, hold on. Time out. Real quick, Fantastic. I'm gonna let you go. All right. I don't mind back and forth, but I don't like when somebody is trying to make a point and the person that's arguing with them is just heckling them in the background. Nigga, no, we not. Blah blah. Like, let's let him go. All right, you just heckling him right now.
Hey,
Like,
can I say?
No,
Everybody likes to
Can I say
control
one thing?
our
Let me
talk.
say one thing.
I
real
want to
quick.
hear
Hold
What
on.
they want to do up
Let
here.
me say
But
one. Hey, you
everybody
talk
likes
enough,
it.
man.
I
Let me
won't
say
be
one thing real
controlled.
quick.
I'm gonna go on mute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me say one thing real quick, Bernard.
real quick.
As
Ducky's
far
Retro, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that.
yeah, let me just say this. When it comes to like buying houses in bulk like that, you should use business credit, not personal credit. That's what starting LLCs and stuff is for. And shout out to Ramil Amir, my fellow entrepreneurial brother. That's all I had to say.
Ramil, you in the house of buying business, if I understand it right. So just kind of help us out here.
No, please don't get caught up on the house thing. I just was trying to use that as an example. I really want to talk about sharing
because
rulership. That's what I'm looking for. Sharing rulership. Nobody shares power, man. Y'all dumb.
I don't have to go in on it because Fantastic already. It had nothing to do with racism. Nigga, it's basically trying to use a credit card to make. You try to use a credit card to buy 3 houses, nigga. It don't work like that, bro. Dog, they gonna look at your ass like, why the fuck does this nigga have 3 houses in his personal name? You can't, like Fantastic said, it's not unlimited money, dog. You need business credit if you want to mass buy houses like that, multi-units. You need business name, or the bank ain't gonna give you shit. So Fantastic already explained it though.
Saying there's no monopoly is like saying there's no gentrification. It's like saying there's no systematic issue. Like y'all are just being totally disingenuous, and I just don't like it. I'm not saying let it stagnate you, but don't lie and say it doesn't exist.
Nobody knows. Don't try to deflect.
That's what y'all do be saying.
I'm just trying to say what you talking about was not racism with the getting declined for the house. That wasn't racist. That's all I was saying. That wasn't racist.
And furthermore, hey, I still, David Johnson, we still wait for you to tell us what black bank you used to finance those houses, sir. And we need the name of that black bank. We need that name.
Bro, I was learning at the time. This was before I learned about LLCs and all this. I just was using an example. Listen. No, the house example wasn't the example. So let's just scratch that. What I basically was trying to say was people don't share rulership. And listen, and the way they make sure they don't share rulership is through gentrification, is through being drugged into your area. They make sure they keep you a permanent underclass. For you to deny that is exactly how we got caught by it. Because we weren't expecting it. Because white folk, Mr. Charlie, good to us. Ain't nobody holding us back for ourselves. Meanwhile, here comes crack. Where did it come from? How does crack even get in here other than government agencies? Which means that was purposely done.
So again, brother,
man, this is a disingenuous conversation.
So it's not disingenuous. It's again, it goes back to what Ramil said. You have smart people and you have dumb niggas. You have smart black people and you have dumb niggas. I lived in one of those same neighborhoods you was talking about that allegedly, or you could say that they dropped these drugs into, and it was all kinds of poor and crime infested and all this shit, right? You know what I didn't do, David Johnson? I didn't pick up the crack and sell it. I didn't pick up the crack and use it. That didn't stop
the people who got hurt by it, though, bro. Just because you can't individualize to make it convenient for you, it damaged your people.
Life decisions. Listen, David Johnson.
It did damage your communities, bro.
Again, David Johnson, David Johnson. Just like I made the decision to say, hey, damn, it's a whole lot of dope fiends and motherfucking powder heads around here, whatever. I don't want to be like them. People could have said use the same level of fucking common sense, or just.
So you excuse the perpetrator? So you excuse the perpetrator and blame the victim, blame the crackhead? You excuse the government, blame the person for taking the drugs? Does that even make sense?
David Johnson, again, and like I say, brother, again, you try so hard, man, but you make it so easy. Listen, brother.
I don't have to try hard. It's too easy, bro.
Real quick, hold on, real quick. I got a question for David Johnson. How did this rulership allow you to get $500,000 in your bank?
The same way it allowed black men to become prosperous back then. Everybody wasn't caught up in the system. Some of us, listen, they allow you to move individually. Wait, hold on, let me answer. Bernard, I'm answering it. Fantastic. Chill, bro. Listen, one of the ways you keep a people disenfranchised with these type of games is you must allow some to succeed to a certain extent. They will allow you to progress to a certain extent, but that's why I said monopoly.
David, the white folks allowed you to do that?
Hold on, God damn, I can never finish the sentence.
I just want to make sure the white folks allowed you to do that.
But they're never going to let you position yourselves close enough to them where you can take because then you could overthrow them. Listen, if I was a ruler,
you're positioned better than 99%.
If I was a ruler, I would do that.
Your position.
If I was a ruler, David, I would pay for programs to keep y'all hindered. I would do that. That's smart.
David, if it's true, let me make sure I say this uninterrupted. If it's true that you got $500,000 in the bank, you are positioned better than 99.9999% of white people. So you can't sit here and make the argument that they won't.
That's why I'm qualified to make the argument, Bernard, because I am doing good. But I always tell these dudes, I still know all the hoops and the games they play. I'm not gonna be because I'm doing good. I ain't gonna. No, I'm still. Can I finish my sentence? Can I finish my sentence? I'm going to still tell my brothers, look, I escaped it, but because I know every brother's not going to be as smart as me. Every brother's not going to be as diligent as me. So I got to tell my brothers, look, they got potholes out there. They got potholes out there.
Every white person.
All right, listen, I'm talking about my people, though. I got you. I'm talking to my people, though.
Hold on. Wait, let me ask you this question.
White people are just wasting potential. Any white person not capitalizing, he's wasting potential.
Let me ask you this question. Does a white person who gets to the point of having $500,000 in the bank, does he have to understand the loops in the system and how to work the fuck out of that shit to win that big?
Yes, absolutely. But listen, here's the
stop. So that means you, a black man, understand the loops in the system, and you won. A white man who understands the loops in the system, he won. So what you're talking about is smart people who know how to get up, roll their sleeves up, and make some shit fucking happen.
Listen. All right, I heard you. Now listen, just because I escaped the systematic plan doesn't excuse the plot, doesn't change all the damage and the critical damage my race has taken due to that. I don't just go, well, I made it, so fuck everybody else. That's some truly selfish bitch nigga shit, and I ain't with it. I ain't with it, nigga.
Can I say this?
Okay, I don't say fuck everybody else. What I'm saying is
that is basically what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is it's hard to fucking make it. Even the way that you've made it, white people can't even make it like that.
But that's why I'm qualified to talk it, Bernard, because I know all the games, and I know my brothers ain't gonna make it the way I made it. Most of my brothers are gonna die trying.
That's some condescending. Hold on, wait. That's some condescending bitch shit to say that you
made it like
that, but other black people can't.
Because everybody ain't the same smart, Bernard. Bernard, everybody ain't on the same intellectual level. That's disingenuous.
You just lost.
I didn't lose,
Bernard.
Everybody ain't on the same intellectual level. That's crazy talk.
I know they not. That's why.
So then that means they need their smarter brothers to give them a heads up. That's what the fuck I'm doing.
The smarter brothers to do is not make excuses and tell them they can't do it.
Ain't nobody making excuses. I said infiltrate everything. You don't listen, Bernard. I said infiltrate everything when I first came on. Check and mate.
You said it's a white man's foot on their neck, and that's why they can't do it. But you was able to do it.
I have a simple solution, Bernard. Would y'all like to hear my solution?
I said infiltrate everything, but no, there's a system there trying to hinder you and stop you. What part of that are you missing, Bernard?
Do you want to hear
fantastic?
I have a simple solution. Hey, I need you to take that $500K liquid, brother, and build a time machine, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Build a fucking time machine.
You stupid nigga. That's why I fucks with you.
That's all.
You are close to the table. Y'all better go vote for Mr. Fantastic. Matter of fact, go vote for my nigga.
Samuels is not more fucking than attorney to me.
Yeah, that's my nigga. Go ahead, Fantastic. You got it.
Nah, man.
Send me an email, David Johnson. We getting the one-on-one going. We got to get a one-on-one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Listen, all bullshit aside, man. Like I said, David Johnson always gives a great comeback. He tries, but you know what I'm saying, the brother learns a lot when he talks to me. You know what I mean? I help him out. But real shit, man. Listen,
you
bro.
do.
The thing is this, bro. What we have to focus here, and again, bro, that's why we can't give enough fucking like disclaimers and shit. So like, hey, slavery was bad, nigga. Slavery was bad, okay? But again, like I said, if slavery never happened, would we be here to have this conversation? No, we could. Hell, hey, America might not never even exist theoretically, right? So again, you get into some whole fucking different shit like quantum physics and crazy ass shit and time theory or whatever, right? So it's whatever. The thing is this, bro. Focusing on that, bro, takes away more energy than focusing on the future. Okay. The past is important. David Johnson is exactly right. If you do not know your future, your past, you are surely to repeat it. But the thing is this, black people don't even know the accurate past. David Johnson, being with your affiliation is what it is with the brothers and your spiritual system of your faith. You know that most dudes don't even understand who we are as black people, truly, quote unquote black, so-called black. All right, not right. So again, the people have been properly and purposely miseducated by this same government. Like I said, I gave you the perfect example, bro. In 2 more days, what's today? Friday. So in 3 days, bro, it's Columbus Day. Okay, we were all told, little black kids and white kids and everything in between, that Columbus discovered fucking America, bro. That was a blatant lie, fucking lie. So again, if and when you've been misinformed on purpose for your whole lifetime, man, to focus back on some shit that who knows what may be the truth, the actual truth of what it is. It could have been worse. It could have been just as bad as they say it was, or it could have not have been as bad as they said. Well, who knows? Yeah.
Well, let me say this, fantastic. Let me say this right fast.
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson in the building.
O'Shea
chilling. Said, "Where the sandals at?" He see O'Shea like them ashy ankle bitches. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. O'Shea say he like licking the back of ankles. O'Shea into the back of the knees, the back of the ankle. All right, look, fantastic. Let me ask you this. All right, listen. This is my whole point, bro. This is my point. Let me tell y'all what my real point is. I said earlier, no excuses, infiltrate everything. That right there kills any art. I'm not making any excuses. But here's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. I'll say what I'm saying another way. You ought to be able to relate to this, Mr. Fantastic. You said you're a competitor. And so you should be able to relate to this. This is what I want. This is the message I want our people to know. Know that the other races are indeed competing against you. Know that this is a competition among races. That's why it's racism. It's a race. Know that they are competing against you, and know that they are doing just like if I'm going to use an example, y'all going to hate this, but I'm going to use it. Like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, they are constantly setting up traps for you. It would be disingenuous for me to tell you, just run your race and you'll be fine. Again, I've experienced it, so I can talk this. I saw all the traps I dodged. I also saw that there were more people who fell into the traps than those who dodged them. So my job is to let my people know that this is a goddamn competition and you have to compete, and know that these people are not playing by rules and they are trying to make you lose as a whole. Know that. I didn't say stop and make excuses. I didn't say stop and go, oh Lord, what is we gonna do? I'm saying just know that you're in a race, know that this is a competition, know that your competitors will do anything to stop you, and give it your best. That's all I'm trying to say to my people. Check and mate. Y'all got it. I'm going. I salute y'all for having me. I didn't get y'all enough pushback. I got shit to do. I gotta go with this money. Thank you for having me, Bernard. Later to the bros. Later.
All right. Send me an email. All right. Hold on. Damn it. I missed something. Hold on. Wait. Somebody properly deleted it. I don't know. Somebody said something about it was never mind. Somebody, I think it got deleted. Somebody popped up, said some gay shit. So anyway, I'm glad that's gone. Good on whoever deleted that shit. All right, where the fuck we going from here? Damn it!
Yo, Bernard, I posted a link in the private chat, man. I can't use my browser to show it, so I was wondering if you could pull it up.
Barely. I can see it. I really don't got time. I kind of got to get on the road and pick my kids up from school, so I doubt that I'll even. What is this about? Tell me real quick. What is this about?
Yeah, this is about when I was telling you about the Republicans not liking Martin Luther King. It's basically the guy is telling why he didn't want the Martin Luther King holiday, and he wanted Booker T. Washington. It was a senator.
Yeah, we far past that. I don't need to I ain't even going back there. We about to get up out of here real soon.
Where the hell you at, man? You ain't still being held hostage by motherfucking virtual learning and shit, bro? What the fuck?
No, they actually they sending the kids back to school, but like half the school be there. They got all kind of strict policies. They was doing the virtual learning thing, but now they go there. It's like the class got 13 people in it. They got to wear masks, and it's like a little distance shit set up to where they doing it somehow.
Yeah, I need to check for this shit, man. I need to check for my damn teachering, nigga. This is out of hand.
Yeah. So they sent mine back. They back in there. They back in the building. Damn, what happened to West Coast? Whoever the hell. All right. Anybody else want to get some last words on this shit? Because I got to get up out of here.
All right, I'm gonna say appreciate you for having me. Stop living in the past, y'all. Get this money today in 2020. Focus on the now. Let's not focus on 800 years ago. Let's get this money now. All right. With that being said, appreciate you. Me and Ty City got a stream coming tomorrow. I don't know how it's gonna work, but shout out to him. Appreciate you, man. I'm out of here. Shout out to you, bro, and keep doing your thing.
All right, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate it. Fantastic. You want to drop anything else on us?
Oh man, hey man, Mr. Fantastic, motherfucking most entertaining of the year, man. If y'all niggas give man, I ain't fucking with y'all niggas. I'm just saying, every last one of y'all niggas, bro. I'll find out who voted for fucking Kevin Samuels over me, and I'm gonna roast your ass. All right, ain't no way in the hell y'all niggas are saying that fucking Kevin Samuels is more fucking entertaining to me, nigga. I need that belt. I need that motherfucking second strap. Since I'm on Bernard's show, I ain't gonna talk about the rookie of the year. I'll talk about that shit more on mine. But shout out to Bernard Riley, man. Let him, hey, newcomer of the year.
I'm getting that rookie of the year.
I need that too, but
I got it in the bag. I'm gonna respect
the host. I'm gonna respect the host on the rookie of the year. But if y'all niggas better make up for this shit for most entertaining, man. I want the 3 straps, but I at least need 2, man. Kevin Samuels is not more entertaining and fantastic, goddammit. Shout out to Bernard, man. I'm out.
All right. Peace. All right, City of Truth. You was trying to get a word in edgewise. We kept cutting you off, man. You got the flow right now to say whatever you got to say on your way out the door. I got my finger on the end button though, so go ahead. City of Truth. Mic check 1 2. Going once. Going twice and gone. We out of here, fellas. We out of here. Peace. Thanks, Enemy Nation, coming through. Thanks again.
Hey,
all right,
it's all good. My next video is gonna be for you, man. So turn on your notifications.
Oh shit. All right.
All right.